Alright, hello everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are here on a Thursdays. We're going to be playing some D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. We're starting a new game. Still going to be doing the other ones, but starting a new game of 3.5 with another group of friends I have. So, fair warning or disclosure going into 3.5 and DMing. I have not played 3.5 for probably the last 10, maybe 15 years or so. So I am a teeny bit rusty. What that means is I will get rules wrong. I will do things that cause people to get angry because I don't know what's going on. It's all good. We're just going to take those hits with it and keep on rolling. If I don't know something, we will either make it up or one of the players will, Google it, because, we can find the answers to everything within 30 seconds. We don't have to flip through rule books or anything like that. So, mistakes, they're going to happen. I have been playing 3.5 since it came out, though, so I don't know how long ago that is or was. But many, many years, I still have played more 3.5 than anything. But again, it's not something that gets put into long-term storage in there. We're going to be joined by a couple of new players that we have not seen before, and a couple of people who are actually can't make it to the first session, which is unfortunate, but, life goes on. So we're going to have them talk just a tiny little bit about themselves. Not really introducing their characters, but more sort of introducing themselves as people. So we're just going to go down the list, and we're going to start with Sir Lordington. Say hi.
I knew I would be first. Hello. I have no idea what to say.
Here you go. Grim, you'll be ecstatic to know that 3.5 came out in 2003.
2003.
Actual boomer.
Actual boomer. Well, how long you been playing 3.5, Lordington?
I want to say 4 or 5 years. I'm old school. I like old stuff.
Is it your favorite edition?
Definitely. 5 has some cool stuff, but I think 3.5 just has so many more options, and it's so broken that it's actually balanced in a weird kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
5 is a lot more limiting.
It's very true. It's a lot more streamlined, but, different strokes for different folks. Who would win in a monkey and knife fight? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Definitely the one on the left, I think.
Good choice. We're gonna go down to Nanu. Say hi, Nanu.
Yo, it's me, Nanu. Alright, I've been playing D&D for a few years, but it's been a while now, so it's good to, get back into it.
Okay. And last, but certainly not least, of who we have with us today, do you want to go by Nikki? Do you want to go by Emerald?
Don't care.
Don't care. Alright, say hi.
You can say Emerald, because...
I'm going to say Emerald probably more often than not, because that's what I call
Exactly. It. So yes, I've been. I don't mean to brag, but I have played 3rd edition from sometime between 5 minutes and since 2003. I have played some 5th edition, but 5th edition is about the only experience I have with D&D. So 3.5 is pretty new to me.
Okay. Again, I like 3.5. It's got a lot more rules to it, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, but I think overall it's a good thing. So what I'm going to do now is sort of give a brief overview of the world, but most importantly, relating to where we are starting. The world as we know it is called Toria. It's a collection of nations it's relatively small. If you take a look over in the far, far right, we see our scale. And, continents are about 500 miles across or so. So, these things are the size of, like, the U.S. Maybe a bit bigger, maybe a bit smaller. Terrible with the numbers, hilariously enough.
According to my calculations, 500 miles is significantly smaller than the United States.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Texas is 500, I don't know, because it's about 800 kilometers, so probably even smaller than Texas.
Yeah. That's one of those things that, you think you know, but you don't actually know. Once you get called out on it, you're like, oh, I have no idea about this.
I'm such a loser.
Damn.
Shots fired already.
500 miles is like, if you center it on the UK, it's like to the Germany coastline.
All right, fair enough.
They're pretty big, TM.
Big TM, yes.
So it's kind of, I always hate to say stereotypical or standard sort of fantasy setting, but that's kind of where it is that we are starting at. We are starting at the Aurorian Hegemony. It's sort of a loose collection of city-states that's sort of held together by one powerful archmage, who is believed to be the most magically gifted and powerful person in the entire known world. What happens a lot of the time, though, it's a very, very loose arrangement that they have with each other, these city-states. Think more like Greece and the Grecian Isles. They're constantly fighting with each other in small, like, skirmishes and border frictions going on all the time. But for the most part, there's not a lot of huge wars going on between people inside the hegemony. They are a very warlike people, so they do wage wars against their two neighbors, Corb and Bash. They're not necessarily the smartest as it goes to nations. They've sort of been stuck in this cycle where they wage wars. When they come back, it turns out that they do not have enough people to do things like work the fields, do manual labor, so they tend to be quite poor. Their solution to this is to wage more war in an attempt to capture people to actually work in the fields, to work as indentured servants until they can release their freedom, be released to freedom, and then hopefully settle down inside the hegemony. Because of this, they tend to be the most diverse nation as it pertains to different races. They're also the most magically advanced, mainly because of the contributions to war that magic can make. Magic is not a very strong or powerful thing in this world. Well, it's obviously powerful. It's not exactly an art, though. Think of it as magic is sort of this fledgling idea. There are a bunch of different ways to get to the end, and everybody's trying to figure out what the best way is. There aren't a lot of, say, colleges devoted to magic or anything. Most magical study either tends to be something personal and something that's passed down. You might start a very small school passing down what you figured out about magic to a couple of other people. But again, it's a very personal thing. We're dealing with raw forces. There hasn't been a lot of study of it. Magic is known about, but for the most part, you could probably go your life without seeing somebody who practices magic. And that sort of goes for both arcane and divine casters. Not really.
Basically, magic is awesome to create war and kill people.
Divine magic sort of works the same way, but most people don't go far. Divine magic comes from your gods. You pray to them, they give you spells. But most people, maybe it's sort of a thing that they're not that devoted, but they tend not to get very high levels. They tend not to get a lot of magical spells, so you don't see a ton of it. This isn't a world where you could just go to see your local priest and get somebody raised from the dead. Things like death and dismemberment are real and lasting consequences. And so it's a thing you gotta kind of be careful about. We're not going to talk too much about some of the other places, but again, the place where we're starting is called Holin. It's basically a brand new city-state. There were some disputes about the succession of the leaders of Mawind. The eldest born daughter wasn't exactly fit to inherit, but she had the claim to the throne. There was sort of a large battlefield where Holin stands now that happens to be in quite the crossroads that was more or less just sitting free. The rulers of Mawind sort of shipped her out there in order to get her away to stop sort of a civil war going on in this city-state. There's a lot of opportunities there. There isn't a lot in the terms of structures or economy or anything there. But what there is there's a lot of opportunity.
Are we like a tent city, basically?
You're pretty close to like a shanty town, yeah. There are some structures, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But we're really just starting to build up the infrastructure here. Probably less than 200 people happen to be living there, so it's real new.
Do a lot of people stop here since it's at a crossroad?
Yes, it does see a fair amount of travel. The one thing that was here before was an inn. And it's sort of, not necessarily an inn, but more of a tavern. That's sort of, everyone sort of claimed it, but no one really owned it. It was one of those things that everybody said, oh, it's on my land, it's obviously mine, but we'll get taxes some other time. And that's sort of what all the neighbors thought about it. So it's sort of been neutral because everybody owned it, but nobody really cared about it too much. It was called the Broken Shield.
Broken Shield, what's that?
I'm going to take 5 real quick because my daughter needs me. Unfortunately, single dad, that's one of those things that happens a lot, so there are going to be frequent breaks. And then I'll be right back as quick as I can.
You?
Nice. I can go get food in the meantime.
Yep.
Imagine not like having your food ready. And with that, I mean nothing.
Yes, the fellow non-eater. Awesome.
I mean, I got my nice quenching water.
The good old water. I got some Capri Sun here. Delicious. Capri Sun. Truly awesome. The orange flavor.
I never really liked orange Capri Sun's like a classic, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that.
Exactly. If you complain, I'm killing you. How dare you?
I can't help but notice you have just the Capri Sun. That is super one eye open.
Takes a long, hefty sip of the Capri. Oh,
the god of Capri Sun will not.
The god of Capri Sun, true.
Sleep lightly on this.
Wonder what like a domain set will be. Like, because of like all the sugar, should it be like domain of that, just slowly killing you from the inside?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I think normal Capri Sun just does that regardless.
Perhaps. Let's
I gotta look this up now.
yeah.
It will take 386 Capri Suns for guaranteed death.
Wait, what? 300 and what? 80.
Yep.
What do you die of then? Like, what's the cause of that? Like water? Too much water in your body?
I believe it'd probably be too much sugar.
Hard to be like, it's my time to shine. I mean, how many Red Bulls to die? There we go. Caffeine calculator. Death by caffeine. Enter a drink. Okay, let's put in Red Bull.
Can you guys hear
Normal.
me?
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
We're debating the lethal dose of
Could you hear me
Capri Sun
before?
right
Because I've been talking for
Nope.
a little bit. Oh,
No.
when was the last time you stopped hearing me?
now. When you left,
Yeah, when you left.
help your daughter.
All right, well, I'm back then.
Okay.
Are there any questions you guys have so far about sort of just the real sort of base overview?
Yeah.
Of what's going on?
Is Bash and Corb a person, or is this who just owns this place?
At one time, it was named after them. They no longer exist. This was quite some time ago.
Why are Bash and Corb the same color? Are they like
slightly
related?
different colors.
I mean, one is like
Corb is more greenish than Bash.
like sea green. One's like sea green, sand's green.
I would not consider that an extremely important question, but you know.
I mean, if you gotta get the details right to read the map correctly. You know, that's just how it be.
Very important.
I got a question for you, DM. What's the lethal dose of Capri Sun here in this world?
Yeah, exactly. What is the lethal dose?
Was it 300 or something? I think you said
386.
386.
Perhaps I need to change my god.
In this world, you can drink 387 Capri Suns before dying.
I'm gonna do a fortitude test at 386 and be like, yes, I've beaten the world record.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift over to Holland
Whoa.
itself.
Damn. Okay.
There's a couple of things that are important to note about Holland. And for one is that most of the buildings that we actually see here are more sort of shanties. They're not sort of quote-unquote officially put up buildings, but they're very haphazardly stacked, created by the people who are living here, sort of lean-tos. You know, if you think shantytown, you're not far off. There is a palisade wall around the city proper, and it looks like it was just built, just finished. So again, you're sort of thinking trees that are sharpened and driven into the ground to form the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that alchemy fire at when you need it?
It's going to be pretty flammable. There are several buildings, however, that were here before. There's the Manor House, which sort of is in the middle. That is obviously where the now ruling person is sitting. There's a temple to the god of Pelor, who is sort of the stereotypical good god. He's the god of sun. He tends to be the god that most humans worship. There's the broken shield itself. An old building, been around for quite some time. There's a smithy, which is actually sort of outside the town. And then there is an apiary and sort of pear orchards going along with it. Most everything else, again, sort of very temporary housing, very, very rough. There's not a lot in the way of merchants in the city as of yet. We're sort of... Things are kind of rough. We can get some food, of course, from the orchards. There is some hunting around, but there's not a lot in the way of, like, grains or fields here yet. As you are coming into the city, most of the people are working on getting sort of this infrastructure needed to live, food acquisition, so fields and things like that done. Tend to be a lot of lumberers in the city. But again, it's very in the fledgling stages of starting up a city.
I'd like how Red Alley is currently just 2 buildings.
2 buildings?
It's a big alley, okay?
And it should be noted that the copper mill has nothing to do with copper.
Oh yeah.
Not even like a copper millstone or something.
Not even.
No, it's probably just that the guy that built it was named Copper.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over into the broken shield itself.
Nice.
Okay, awesome.
I like it.
Oh damn. Okay.
Haplin Place.
Got all these NPCs
Oh, it is happening.
ready to have their day ruined.
It's pretty happening. There's not a lot of other things to do inside the city, and it's kind of one of those places where you don't exactly trust the water as well. So, if you're going somewhere to get something to drink, even if it's just day-to-day to drink, you're probably coming to the inn in order to get some sort of alcoholic beverage. You can pull your tokens onto the board now.
I don't even know where my token is.
If you go to your character sheet, you can drag the character in it. Yep.
Boom. Where are we starting? At the door? At the bar? Let's start at the bar.
You can start where you wish.
Alright, I'm gonna start halfway at the bar itself.
Oh, I can just move him around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
And it doesn't exactly fit
You can change a border.
the flagstones or anything like that, but there is a
That's
grid
fine.
that you can see behind it.
I'll be at the bar. Only one. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I would be every other table's taken, so.
Actually, I'm just gonna be
Sit at the bar.
far away from that green thing.
Oh yes, the green
That's
thing.
fine, but I'll be at the
Fuck's
bar.
that.
So if you've been here for quite some time, you would know who works in the tavern. The tavern is owned by a person named Gil Othin.
Gil Oath?
I happen to have nice little handouts of the pictures of people because, I like nice little handouts.
Does he hand us a flyer as you walk in?
Does he hand you a flyer? He does not.
Here we go.
But he's definitely an older man. He does, in fact, have a peg leg. He was in the wars at some point, obviously, or at least it's pretty good conjecture. And he does own it. Other people of note are the barman, who is a manly man known as Brailfree.
You like him?
His daughter.
Is that his daughter? What?
Yes, that is his daughter. That is not his wife. Named Iris.
Oh, okay. I thought the big man was his daughter. I was really confused.
No, excuse me.
Hello, handsome. You wanna go for a roll in the hay?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Understandable.
And the cook, who is named Thu Flamepelt.
Thank you, Through Flame Pelt. He's gonna make sure we're ready to hunt any monster around.
Looks like it's ready to scalp you.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I got quite the ham here.
Hey.
Too. I like it.
You complain about the food? Whips out eggs. Oh no.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to go sort of down the line, and I'd like you to give a brief description of what your character looks like, how long you would be here in Holland already, sort of what you've been doing, and what you're specifically doing right now. So this is like character introduction time.
Okay, awesome. Let's go. My character's name Nitran is a cleric of the one and only true god of the spiked chains. He worships them. He's just arrived in town, so he's just like entering the tavern from like a long journey of pilgrimage towards the city of Holland for now, for some reason. He's pretty tall. He has like a bit dark brown hair, light blue eyes. He's wearing currently like a scale mail armor, and he has some giant, like pretty large spike chains wrapped around him. So yeah, that's Nitran.
So you're pretty much just have gotten into the city right this minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I guess I can. Because Laurenton seems to be contemplating. So, of course, hello. I am playing as Helicana. Helicania. But, and of course, I am, as you can see, really green and weird here. I am a half-nymph, and I have been on this city for, let's say, like a few days now. I'm getting used to the barkeeper because there's nowhere else to go for, like, drinks or anything. All the groundwater here is like terribly polluted. So I'm sitting at the bar and talking to this man. My physical looks, as you walk in, you notice that she has like greenish brown skin with like a big mix of both, as if almost like tree wood, but it's just normal skin if you were to touch it. Her hair is brown, brunette color. You notice that as the torch like flickers, it has like a metallic-y look of green. What season is it actually here in this world?
It would be summer.
Okay, yeah, so it's got like a green metallic-y tinge to it, but it's, normal hair. She stands around, average height, about 5'6". You can't see her eyes, but if you did, they were, your classic emerald green color, as all nymphs have. And yeah, she's just chilling at the bar. She's been here like a few days, but otherwise, she just mostly keeps to herself.
Okay. All right.
Great.
And last but not least.
I missed that entire description.
I'm green. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, green weird. Okay, so I play Trion Biancore. He's a pretty average young man. He doesn't look out of place anywhere really. He's medium height. He's got brown eyes and black hair, so he doesn't really stand out. He's kind of thin-ish, and basically he's here because his mouth got him into trouble. He's a bit of a, he likes bluffing people. He likes running his mouth. So he was supposed to. He had a few deals with sort of shady people back in his town, and he couldn't pay up. Basically, he liked to gamble and stuff, and he had a few debts. So he, rather than facing them, he decided to run away. And he was directed by travelers. He was told that, there's a new city with lots of opportunity. So he's headed over here, and he's basically been here the last few days. A bit paranoid still, making sure that he's not followed, and he's basically keeping an ear out for any opportunities for any not. The less honest the work that he finds, the better. So, any quick coin that he can make.
All right. So for Heliconia and Trio, you two have been in town for quite some time. At least a couple of days. You would know more or less who people are, and you would also happen to know that there happens to be going right now sort of a rather large meeting of some of the more important figures in town. If we look to the north side, of the inn. We can see some of the, like I mentioned, some of the really big wigs of the town that are sort of engrossed in a meeting right now. They are
the people with the black borders.
Well, yeah. I mean, all my NPCs have black borders because I find it just
they do.
a little bit easier.
Right. Okay. Well, the actually important looking group of black borders.
There's the newly made Lord of the town, who is Jeffroya, and we'll see how many times we butcher the name. Hold on.
Jeffroya. Oh man, that's my specialty.
She is talking most closely with I don't know why this one has this terrible background. Autumn Glow. He is the head priest of the Temple of Palor.
He has an otherworldly glow as he descends to warp the background behind him.
Yeah.
It looks pretty old.
The fabric of reality just sort of tears around him.
But the blue lady. I'm just gonna call her the blue lady. Jeffra, yes.
Jeffra.
Mrs. G. There we go.
Mrs. G.
Mrs. G.
My lady.
My lady, Mrs. G.
Jeffroya.
Jesus Christ, his name. Yeah.
Ann Inler, who is a druid. She has been taking care of the orchards in the apiary since long before the city started, alongside of the owners of the inn.
Alright, I like it. They're all just chilling up here.
Mm-hmm. Nanu, when you come in,
yeah,
there's this large sort of man at the counter. He sort of gives you a look up and down and goes, all right, I see the weapons there. Just you be careful with them, right? We're a fairly peaceful town. No reason to be around brandishing them or anything around. We had a bit of an altercation not long ago. We get a lot of your types in here, so just keep it in nice and easy, right?
Okay, so of course, I'm a man of heart. I tend not to use violence unless it's really needed, but most times it is needed. But that's besides the point.
Oh, that's typically what they all say. But just do us a favor and keep them put away, right?
Of course. You see, they never slip away from me. I promise. Don't worry. And then I'll head on in. I'll head to the bar counter.
Okay.
It still counts. It's a whip, so as long as I'm holding it, it's not taken out.
Sort of against the back wall, they have on a slate board sort of the menu that they happen to have here, and it's fairly simple as things go.
Ah, yes, the potted stemma bitter.
Man, you're cheap.
Hey.
Oh man.
I'm sure it tastes amazing with the name of that.
Well, you get what you're paying for.
Do I get him then? Because he looks like a bitter mug. He has a bit bigger bitter mug, truth be told,
Bitter is just sort of like a beer made from whatever. It's just any kind of vegetation they have. Yeah, and then fermented. So it's tends to have a bitter taste, but obviously it's an actual thing. But it tends to be the bottom of the barrel stuff. It's whatever they have left over. It's all sort of mixed together and then made.
Etsy.com bitter mug. Okay. Alright. Awesome.
It's probably about the same quality as the one they serve in the inn, so.
Alright, well, have I ordered something already since I was already here?
Have you? Again, that's a sort of a question for you.
Yes, I have. I've already ordered something. I'm enjoying a nice plate of boiled eggs and blue cheese. I specifically was gonna get like a vegetable thing, but then I saw that they have just terrible vegetables here, and I was like, no, thank you.
It's true.
Also, that would be cannibalism, wouldn't it?
No, it is not cannibalism.
Alright, I'm walk up to the barkeep, be like, give him a nod, look at the board behind him, give it a few seconds thought, and be like, look at him, be like, yeah, I'll take a number 6 large, smoked wild boar and parsnip with a tankard of perry. No, mead. Okay, let's do the mead actually.
If you don't know what perry is, because I mean it's not super common. It's like, you know how apple cider is made from apples. Perry is just made from pears.
Okay.
Same thing. I realize you all might not be quite the drinker that I am. So.
Drink at like, yeah. I'm alcoholic. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. So the way we handle money is I trust you to do your own money. At first, when I talked to you guys before, I was just going to round everything up to gold. I decided not to do that.
Oh my god,
just
cursed.
Sort of, yeah.
Maybe gonna pay 1 gold coin for like a food for the day.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So, just sort of, you can take care on your own. I trust you guys.
Oh man, I just found like 10 platinum in this sandwich.
Was it increments of 10 or increments of 100?
10.
It's 10, isn't it?
Is it 10? Okay.
Yeah, so 12 copper is 1 silver. This guy's got some shot. I mentally note that this man is bad at math. But I don't tell it to his face. Maybe I could like skim him 1 coin. I'm just handing him a bunch of copper instead of a silver.
So he takes your money. He goes out to the back, talks for a little bit, and then comes back out. It'll be out in a couple of minutes.
Okay, awesome. I'm trying to do math in my head. Holy shit, I'm bad. There we go. Okay, no.
I noticed the man next to me struggling to like figure out how much 12 copper is.
I'm looking in my hand, like at the money. I'm like, thinking
He's like
long.
trying to count his fingers, but he's run out.
I'm gonna like hand him our 11 first, and then I'm gonna be like, add another, and be like, look at him, be like, yeah, that seems enough.
Well, I ask this. I give him a good look up and down. Notice that he's wearing is your armor clean? Is it dirty? What would you say?
It's right now. I would say it's a bit like weathered. You would say, not exactly like rusted, but like it's a bit dirty. Yeah.
Notice this man has no pride in his outfit. And
hey, I've been on the road, okay?
Savage.
That's an excuse. I ask him if he needs assist counting out copper pieces. In more as a snarky-ish tone, but not too mean, as I do know that he is fully R.
Okay, wait. I'll give a nod and be like, well, mathematics weren't my strong suit, no, but my belief in the Lord will guide me through this, so do not worry.
He just gets down on a knee and starts praying.
Yeah. Like bring up my hand, send a prayer to the spike chain god for guiding me through the mathematics of yet another day.
I'm gonna give him a kind of weird look, and I'm just gonna go back to eating my boiled eggs and blue cheese.
After a few moments, the cook comes out and gives you your food. Nithrin. I try to use character names when I'm doing, but obviously I gotta look still.
There's like a
no
death
worries.
threat tied to it.
As you sort of start to work into it, it's a tiny bit off. Like, it's not awful, but, you know, the boar started to turn a little bit. It's still edible, but it's not the greatest quality you've ever tasted.
You find a scalp in it.
Juicy, just like back in my home. Come to mention. Let's take a big bite and drink it down with like some of that mead.
So you got the parry.
Oh no! I had to go for the mead.
Yeah.
It looked more disgusting, so you know.
Is the bit in? Do we know if the bit in the north, like the northern sort of room, is private or anything, or can anyone just sit there?
It is raised. Typically, anybody could just sit there. Not many people often do, but you could.
I'm gonna look around me, meanwhile, you know, to take account of the people, you know, in the tavern.
Weigh my odds.
Yeah.
So in addition to the people who I introduced before, as you're sort of taking stock, you see sort of a band of rugged individuals who I'm eventually going to be, you know, giving you the things up. They are definitely an adventuring party of some form, shape, or something. I'm going to give you their names because, you know, that's the way handouts work.
Can I ask to join their party instead of this one?
But we wouldn't know them, would we?
You, Lordington, and you, Emerald, you would know who they are. And of course there are some watermarks and stuff on here as well, because again, while I steal content, you know, I try to give people the rights to their made content.
Grimgod selfishly using it.
They're all ranged.
Yeah, they do all except this one dude.
They sort of have both. They're armed with crossbows and they have melee weapons as well. You two, again, Lordington and Emerald, would know that they are a mercenary company, quote unquote.
Have they been hanging out around here the past couple days?
They have been hanging out for the last couple times. They're actually have been hired by Geoffria to sort of be like a local militia for now, to help train people up to actually get a standing militia going on until they can get on their own feet. Of particular note, you would know that the leader, Volkvorg, is not human. He happens to be a hobgoblin.
Interesting. What of the other denizens of this tavern? I assume they're just a motley crew of just mostly black human.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Pretty much human.
Seen a lack of diversity over here. I'm offended.
Very much so.
Shut up, Greenie.
I'll give him my prayer to regard, and I've been eating. All is good.
Is there table service?
There is. If you need something, you know, you basically just raise your hand. There is currently only one person working as a server. Again, you would know that would be Ais, the daughter of... Yeah. But yes, if you attempt to get her attention, she comes over fairly quickly. What can I do for you? Again, I don't do female voices very well.
What can I do for you?
Or at all.
Okay, I lean over and I look at the menu and I have some boiled mushrooms and a mug of mead, but can you move me over to that 2-person table over by the other side of the inn? It's a bit noisy in here.
Oh, no problem. Just feel free to head on over. I'll just clean up after you a little bit.
Thank you. I go over to the table to actually see if I can hear anything from the elevated position. While I wait for my stuff.
Let me see one moment. Let me use my cheat sheet, because I never remember what my skills are. There is sort of a heated conversation going on. I not heated as in they're angry at each other, but heated as they're sort of passionate in whatever they're talking about. Are you listening sort of intently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I wanna know what's going on. I'm looking for opportunities. So.
Lorne about to make a new character, Davo.
So as they're talking, and I'm not going to, for right now, like, roleplay between myself, because I find that very tedious.
Yeah.
The sort of gist of the conversation is that there are some undead troubles in the city that's sort of been keeping them from going out and hunting. So food happens to be quite scarce. It's getting to the point where something's going to be needed to done about it, but they do not want to take their mercenary company and sort of leave the town undefended, as there are also sort of the rumors of bandits around. There have been some issues where traders are supposed to be coming into the city, and they have not made it into the city. There has not been a lot of evidence of bandit attacks or anything like that, but just by the fact that these people should have been here quite some time ago and have not made it here sort of leads evidence to the fact that there is some sort of bandity activity or some sort of thing going on.
Has this been affecting town? Like, have we noticed like a decline in food quality over the last few days or anything because of this?
Most certainly, yeah.
Okay.
Again, they're sort of dealing with things. Things are starting to go off. They're being sort of slightly rushish in how they're preparing food, smoking food, so things aren't quite getting done the way they're supposed to, just because they're trying to hurry through.
See. I eat my salted eggs.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for now for the server to bring me my food.
Mm-hmm. And after a couple of minutes, she goes ahead and she does. What did you order?
The mushrooms and the ale.
Yours tastes fine. I mean, it's mushrooms.
Great.
Shrooms. Try, I'm about to get high. Yeah, fermented shrooms. Oh yeah.
Okay, I eat a couple, and after that, to make it seem that I didn't just move here in case they're looking at me to eavesdrop on them, but I get up and I, as charmingly as I can, walk up to them and basically say something along the lines of, "Hey, I can help but hear that you had some undead troubles. I may have a solution for that."
Apple, who sort of stands up. He's very professional looking when he does it. This you get the impression of an armed and trained soldier rather than just sort of a ragtag person. And he sort of gives you a look up and down. He's like, what can I do for you? They're having a bit of a meeting back there, so they'd probably appreciate a little bit of privacy. If you have something for them, I'd be more than happy, of course, to relay the message on.
I throw up my hands out disarmingly, and give him a charming smile, and I say, "Well, you're being very loud, and I've been sitting nearby. I couldn't help but hear that you may have been having some trouble with the undead lately, and well, I happen to know a guy who could offer a solution. If you want to relay it, I'll just be at my table having my lunch, and I'll be happy to explain."
Is it lunchtime or is it like evening?
Or is it dinner? Yeah,
it would
dinner.
be closer to the evening.
Well, my dinner.
But either way, yeah. He sort of gives you a look up and a look down. Do you look particularly capable? I mean, do you have like a weapon showing or anything like that?
Not
or
even
are you
close.
sort of more the disarming, people person type talker?
Oh, I definitely like. You can see sort of a bit rather standard short, so it doesn't look very, very professional at all. But that's
armed, invisibly so. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I am, but it would look like someone, something that someone wouldn't really use in combat. Something more like just a self-defense weapon. The kind of the people who travel around a lot around towns use.
Okay.
More than something that someone who's traders killing.
It's got like a cane that turns into a sword.
Yeah, it's kind of a meh sort of standard box standard short sword, and I'm not even wearing any armor. I just look, sort of like a traveler, someone who'd go from town to town on business of some sort.
Sounds
not particularly wealthy, but
He
he
gives you a quick up and down, and it's very quick. He goes, "I'll be sure to pass that along. You can have a seat, and well, if they're willing to talk to you, I imagine they'll invite you up. Thank you for volunteering, though."
Okay, I give him a nod and a smile. I sort of point towards the table I'm sitting at, and I go back to eating my stuff.
As you go back and you sit, they whisper something to the rest of the party that you can't quite understand, but you can very easily tell was sort of some sort of insult or dig at you, because they all sort of laughing and chuckling amongst themselves a little bit. But he does in fact go and speak with Geoffria to presumably, give word that there is, somebody who coincidentally overheard what was going on and said, "Hey, I can help you with that." And then he goes back to sitting with his companions. You may or may not have noticed, again, sort of depending on what sort of details that you take in, that while they are eating here at this table, they are drinking very lightly.
Very?
Very lightly.
Oh.
So they are not, i.e., getting drunk or anything like that.
Okay.
Their conversation continues for quite some time, probably another 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. Do you sort of hang around during this time? To be fair, there isn't really a lot to do in the city. So if you're not doing anything, this is sort of the place you would come. This is where games are played between individuals and all that. So again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with hanging around in the tavern, but it does sort of make it obvious that you are just sort of hanging around in the tavern with nothing else to do. And this sort of goes for all of you.
Well, I mean, during all this, I guess, I don't know if Nithrin over here is into talking, but I'm just like, making small talk about with the barkeeper, and I guess Nithrin, if he's down to talk, we're just like, talking about, because I've been here, so I'm like talking about the food, because I get like vague, like strips of conversation up there, about how like, oh, something bad, and I'm just talking to him, see what the barkeep knows and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it's mostly idle. We're just talking, eating, having a party.
It certainly wouldn't be any secret that sort of the food quality is going down. The last couple of times hunters have gone out to try to procure meat, they've been attacked by the undead. Both undead animals and sort of the more traditional, like, human undead. It makes it very sort of difficult to do so, because for the most part, people aren't trained or capable of handling the undead.
Yeah. I get like a shiver down my spine.
I'm gonna give like a boss, but like undead. That's no problem. It's easiest problem to solve. I do not get how it can be this hard.
What's up, kiddo?
Oh, are you talking loudly about the undead?
Yeah, of course. Sure, I'm gonna gonna say it out loud and be like, and that's not the problem at all.
I need about 5 minutes to take care of something for my kid real quick, and I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Like 3 skeletons in the door. They just fell over and they looked at me.
Yeah. Not like that, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, I just need some, if you trust in your god, and I mean the one true spike chain god, then undead, they stand no chance. They basically just fall over the moment they spot me. Of fear. It's gonna like straight up boast it.
Okay, now I since they're talking loudly about the undead, I grab I grab my food and my drink and I walk over to the bar, and I just kind of charmingly sit down, like it's nobody's business. I just sit down, and I say, hey, I heard you're in the business of slaying undead.
Well, yes, of course, like, undead, I regularly had to take care of it when I was praying to, and I was shown the way, actually, of the one true spike chain god. Have I actually told you about the one true spike chain god? I believe you will be a fitting man to join us in our great journey to find the true spike chain.
Well, he sounds like an amazingly powerful god, and in fact, I happen to know someone who could use your services as a priest of said god, and would actually be willing to pay quite a bit to see their problem solved. Perhaps I could get you in contact.
Well, yes, of course. The church could always use donations. One could say, yes. It's gonna like nod along,
Ah, amazing. Let's drink to that. Barkeep, get us 2 more mugs of what's that you're drinking?
Mead.
Yes, two mugs of mead to celebrate our partnership. I'm sure it'll be very profitable for the both of us.
I'm gonna nod along and be like, yes, of course.
Interesting. I'm just gonna note that what's the true spy or something. So I'm gonna ask, what's this true spine you speak of? What is it you're looking for?
The true spiked chains. They are a relic of the long forgotten past of a holy warrior of the spiked chain god. It was currently lost during the age of I'll just call it the age of strife. The age of strife, yes, as the books call it. And I've been looking for it for many years now, but it seems it has ended up outside the country of my origin, which is a shame. So I'm still looking for answers, and for now my quest has led me to this small town here, and I hope I can find further evidence of the true spike chains and reclaim it for our church, for the great church of the spike chain god.
I see. I'm gonna look you up and down like you're crazy or something. And then I'm gonna be like, I see. Well, if you guys are slaying undead, correct?
Yes, of course. There should be no issue.
How many have you slain so far?
I'm gonna be like, well, you see, there was back in my home country, we actually went down to this terrible graveyard, and there was a few skeletons. But, when I arrived, they were gone, dusted. They clearly knew I was arriving, and they could not handle my powers.
I roll sense motive.
Okay, hold on.
Against his ship bluff check.
Hold on. Where is it? I need to show my skills.
What is this man's bluff level here?
He's probably got bluff -5.
I have a good charisma actually. Decent enough.
Alright, I'm back.
So I'll catch you up. So Who is Triom over here has come over and he's talking to I can never remember Nithran over here. And they're like, yeah, we should have a partnership about killing undead because he's Nithran's been boasting about his undead slaying and questioning on how many undead he's slaying and.
Yeah, so I went to him and I told him, "Oh, I know someone who's willing to pay a lot of money for slaying undead." Yeah.
Okay, so you sort of alluded at the very least to a cash reward.
Yes, I definitely.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Okay, so also from the innkeeper, the other big sort of rumor or talk of the town that's going around is that yesterday their bouncer, a person by the name of Zur Moonspire.
The guy met by the door?
No, he is not present right now.
Okay.
He got into sort of an altercation with a person who was saying he was an adventurer by the name of Viotos Hunkrier.
Doesn't sound like a native name.
Not at all. Who said he was sort of an adventurer. He was very loud, boisterous. I can't even say it.
Boisterous,
thank you. Individual. He was definitely sort of throwing his weight around. Said he was an adventurer. Wound up getting into an altercation, and actually stabbed this bouncer, this Zur Moonspire, in the face. It quite, did a good bit of damage. He was sort of beaten up and run out of town by the mercenary company, but sort of people are having a sour look of individuals and the people coming into the city, because there are a lot of quote-unquote adventurers coming into the city, because obviously they know there are some problems going on. But again, those are the two big rumors right now. After a little while, again, like I mentioned, sort of 40
Is there like a... So. I'm going to ask if there's like a bounty on his head or something. Or like, why they just run him out of town and they're just like, good riddance? Are they looking for him still?
Oh, they ran him out of town right now. Nothing like a bounty anymore. I don't think, Zur could pay anything like that. I mean, let's be honest. I don't pay him enough to be able to do something like that. But, I mean, maybe if he wanted a little bit of revenge or something, you could talk to him. He's kind of holed up right now. Can't talk too well. Getting stabbed in the face will do that to you. But, not that I condone, anything like that, of course. But, off the table. I wouldn't mind this guy getting what's coming to him either.
I mean, do we even know where he went?
Unfortunately, I have no idea.
It seems like the trail's just sort of gone cold, I imagine. Like, he's just gone. He could be anywhere. He could be, next realm for all we know.
It's true. Mind you, it just happened yesterday, so... Probably didn't get too far.
I mean... Anyone with a bit of endurance can run more than a day.
I run all the time. I've never stopped.
A smart person, indeed.
I just kind of laugh nervously and look over my shoulder.
After a while, Idler comes. Again, Nanu, you would not know who this person is, but the other two would. She happens to be the druid. She has been in the lands for some time. She is not a druid in the sense that she is much of an adventurer, but she does sort of have a special bond with the land and with, animals and things. She runs the apiary, she runs the...
We've made small talk in the past, because, I'm a plant.
Yeah. I would certainly imagine.
Plant. Okay.
She sort of pulls up a seat. She looks tired. whether it's from this conversation or this meeting she's been having, whether it's been the amount of work she's been doing. But she definitely looks like she could do with a couple of days off and a long nap. So I heard through some of our friends that you think you can do something about our undead problem. Is that
This is the tavern keeper talking now?
No, this is the druid.
Oh, okay.
That you
She's addressing us from
she's
this
addressing
table?
you three. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Allow me to present to you my great friend. He's a priest of the god of the spike chain. He's an amazing undead slayer expert. Back in his homeland, the undead would flee when they knew that he was coming. He's the best person you can hire for this job, I assure you.
And not long, of course. I mean, like, of course. The spike chain god is a revered god back in my homeland, and they fear the undead knew to fear him.
She kind of looks a little lost. The god of the spiked chain.
Yes, indeed. Maybe you will have a wish to convert to learn about him some more. No,
that's not quite what I'm getting at. Is he touched in the? She sort of touches her forehead.
I look at her in disbelief. How do you not know about the god of the spike chain? He is one of the most important gods in foreign lands. He's very, very powerful. My friend here is looking for one of his priceless artifacts, the true spike chain. Surely you've heard of it, able to decimate legions of undead with a single swing.
I can't say that I have.
Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised. He's not very popular in this land, but I'm a traveler. I've been all over the place, and I assure you that he's a very, very, very powerful god in other continents. He's revered all over the cities, everywhere. There's shrines to him all over the place.
Can you give
I'm just
me...
gonna look at the dryad, and I'm just gonna mouth the words no idea.
Can you give me a bluff check, please?
Yep. Okay, let's see. What is
and not along, of course. Add some support to him.
I have an 8 bonus to bluff.
I mean, that's pretty good. I think at level 1, though, like I said with the skills, you can only have up to...
No, but I have 4 charisma and 4 skill training.
Oh my god.
That's why it's plus 8. I am the god of bluffs. Oh wait, they take the first roll. I didn't realize I rolled anyway.
Rolled a natural 1. The way I do natural ones, I do automatic failures. Typically, when it comes to things like combat, though, I do not do that you attack your neighbor.
Or your sword
that's
drop.
very silly. Sometimes I do things like your sword drops, it slips out your hand, but generally you don't attack your neighbor. I mean, that's
fair. That's fair.
Wait, so were you rolling for me or for the...
That was her sense motive.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll as well to see how much I believe this. What do I need to roll? D20?
Yeah.
Well, no, I need to roll my fact check or whatnot, right?
Sense motive would be what it is.
I forgot to add the bonus, but
I don't even have
8,
that, so I just take it then, I guess.
Oh, well, you can still roll against it, because, I mean, there is a chance that you can still roll higher.
It's a 15, because it's 7.
Just roll 1d20, yep.
I need to... I forgot to add the bonus.
So, yeah, you don't buy it.
Okay.
By 1 point!
But it's very obvious that Inler does buy it. She might not understand it, but she goes, okay, sure, yeah. Interesting. I'll admit, I'm very ignorant of some of the other gods, so I hadn't heard it. Obviously, I wish you well. But you do say that you have experience fighting the undead.
Well, yes, of course. There was this graveyard actually back in my homeland. It was something of a great corruption there, apparently. So when I headed over and As I arrived, I could see the bones of them crumble to dust. So truly an easy fight for the Spike Chain God. As I said, the Undead truly do fear him, as we stated.
How very interesting. We haven't had much of powerful clerics or anything around. I think your abilities could be put to use pretty well. Yes, I think this could be quite the beneficial arrangement. What I would like for you to do is, well, go out. Seemingly, the undead attack at a location in a forest about a mile away or so. There was quite a battlefield there one time, and of course there's happens to be a lot of the restless dead. Just do your thing. Clear out some of the undead. Of course, we'll send someone with you to verify that you are, in fact, killing these undead. Please don't think we don't trust you or anything like that, but there are sort of corpses all over this land. I can't have you just bringing back skulls or anything of that nature, but I suppose we could reward you fairly well. I must confess, I don't exactly know what an adequate or a suitable reward for doing this would be. You have some experience with it. Do you know?
I would say a reward is definitely appropriate. I need to eat. My compatriot here also needs to eat, of course, and we need donations to research. This needs to be covered. Travel expensive. There's a lot of things, of course. And I'm not wrong. I mean, push my elbow into Triumph here, be like, take over.
Yes, definitely. I think, of course, any information for my friend in his search for the true Spike Chain would be appreciated, but obviously there would have to be some monetary compensation for maintenance of gear. I think about 5 gold pieces for each, at least, would be the minimum payment, assuming, of course, it's just a routine and we don't run into any intelligence undead, which obviously have a bonus on the fee here.
Yes, of course, understood. There have not been any reports of any intelligent undead or anything like that. Again, just your regular sort of stock skeletons, and then a few of the undead animals that have sort of succumbed to whatever's going on. But yes, I think 5 gold per would certainly be doable.
Outstanding. We have a deal, I suppose.
I suppose we have an agreement. Whenever you get ready to go, you can talk with the God, I forgot what they already are. The Beggars Company, and they can get a representative to come with you. Mind you, they're in more of sort of a supervision role, so they won't be sort of helping you along, but you can trust them. They'll be keeping fairly accurate tally. Does that sound good?
Outstanding. We'll go to see them right away as soon as we are prepared to depart.
Well, excellent. I suppose the sooner the better. Again, sort of thank you for this. I mean, I perhaps shouldn't be thanking you until you actually do it, but thank you for attempting.
Oh, it's our pleasure. I love to help, and my friend here, well, slaying undead is his way of life very much.
Indeed. It's fortunate that you came here, then.
Don't worry, we'll have this solved in an instant.
And she sort of stands and gives you sort of a bewildered nod and a smile as she realizes she wasn't exactly in control of much of that conversation, and then goes back up with the group of other people whom we're talking. Shortly, they sort of disperse, and the three of them go about on their way and leave
They
the
climb out the
tavern.
window.
They go out the window. I mean, here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop.
It's fine. You don't need to log off.
Where would we actually be staying? Does the inn have any rooms or anything?
The inn does not have rooms. There is sort of an area outside that you can set up on within the walls. Sort of like a parade ground, if you think, that a lot of people sort of set up tents and camps at.
But you're just like renting a plot of land. You're not actually.
You're not even renting. You're just squatting there, basically.
Oh,
you're
it's
using
free.
your materials and all that. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I need to go grab my my gear, so if you want, we'll meet here in an hour and we'll depart.
I'm gonna give these two like a slow nod and then say, "Sure, yeah, guess I'll come with you guys."
I'll give my nod and stretch out my hand to the greenie.
From what little I know about this handshaking culture, I like awkwardly shake his hand.
Okay. No worries. I'm like, bit sloppy handshake, but you know.
I rolled a handshake.
Oh no!
Oh God!
I'm standing there with my hand outstretched, and I'm like,
You punch him in the face.
You sort of do that thing, you see people do, where one goes for like a fist bump and the other does the handshake, and you kind of miss, and then you do it again. And it looks just very awkward.
I look at my stretched hand again. I look at her, and look at my stretched hand, and look at her. I'm like, okay then.
Why am I shaking hands with a plant?
Yeah, like true. The social intelligence of the plant is high up there.
A bit lacking, but
a bit lacking, but it's doable.
yeah, look at the plant and you're like, oh, I don't know. Well, it's one more body between the undead and me. Of course, I don't say this out loud. I just say, right, then I'll see you in an hour, and I run off to get my stuff.
I have all my stuff on me, so my back.
I have most of the stuff with me, but I'm gonna. Do I know if there's like a smithy in town?
There is a smithy in town? Yes.
Yeah, I'm here with the barkeep. I'll be like, what's the directions to like the smithy?
You likely would have seen it while walking in. It is on the outside of the town at the main gate.
All right, I'm gonna mention that. I'll head over to the Shugrim's blacksmithy.
Shugrim's. Shugrim is a dwarf. He's very typically dwarf, short, sort of angry. He's working very hard, and it looks like he's not really making things that are important. He and all of his assistants are sort of doing like the odds and ends that need to be done for a town to be constructed. They're constructing lots of nails, lots of brackets, lots of braces, things of that nature. Wheel spokes, things like that. It doesn't look like he's super equipped at this point to do things like weaponry or armor. At least that's certainly not what he's working on right now. He looks more like your typical sort of village blacksmith.
Okay, that's not an issue. I'm gonna ask for if he has time for a quick and easy thing, a cheap job.
What you got?
And I need another holy symbol to the true and one only spiked chain god that blesses me each day.
A what?
Exactly, a holy symbol, and I'm gonna measure it like my fingers, and like how it's gonna look and stuff like that. It's pretty simple. It's basically just like a chain piece, but just like of hard iron. If that makes sense.
Look, I can twist some nails together right now, but that's about all the time I got to do.
Can you make me a holy nail?
Do you have some spare change lying around? I'm gonna ask him.
I probably got some chains, yeah.
Like 2 inches of chains.
Like 2 links?
Yeah.
Look, I don't go in for the fangly work. I don't have any jewelry around here, if that's what you're asking for.
Nah, that's fine. It's hard, good iron is fine.
Yeah, look, we can cut you off a couple of links of chain.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that. And how much will that be?
Let's make it 5 silver.
Can we do 3 silver?
All right.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll hand him 3 silver. Then.
Do you want some nails twisted to it? You said a spiked chain.
Yes, please.
Right.
Wrap some spikes around it.
So basically, that's what he does. He cuts off a couple of links of chain, like 3 or so. Barely a chain, but you can sort of tell what it is, and wrap some nails around it. So you have basically the most basic of holy symbols possible.
I mean, my like weapon has like it's a holy symbol itself, but as well. But it's like I can't really like pull out like my weapon at all times and be like because apparently that's a problem in the tavern.
Your god is offended by your shitty symbol. Now you take -2 in all priest rolls.
It's fine. I haven't blessed it yet.
Now is a good aside for me to give a little bit more information to everyone else that I've already given to the players. He comes from a place called the Antillean Theocracy, where things work a little bit differently than it does where you currently are located. Rumors have it, or not so much rumors where you are, is that everything has a god associated with it. If you think of like Japanese Shintoism, you're not too far off. There is, for example, coincidentally, a god of weapons. There's a god of weapons in general. There's a god of, say, swords, god of whips, etc., etc. And then
are these like real? Are they real beings, or this is just like legend says?
Legend says
okay.
That if these things that are not normally gods that are prayed to correctly, they will answer. And again, as I was saying, it even goes further to where there are individual gods. So not only is there a god of like all spiked chains or something like that, there's a god of this specific spiked chain. It's all very incredulous for everyone else. But once you've seen it, or seen it in practice, obviously, and you can pray to him and get results to it, it's undeniably true. At least for him.
Okay. Interesting.
So
he gotta come make a name every time he makes a new god. Like, oh, this is Jonathan, the god of mine.
This is my god, Johnny. Johnny God. So is there anything else that anyone else would like to do in this sort of hour or so while we're waiting around to regroup?
I'm like feeling like don't like being away from nature and all that. I'm gonna go like sit in the pear orchards for now.
It's very well upkept. This is a person who's obviously very well connected with nature.
Yeah.
The trees themselves are pruned. They're being given a lot of love. Everything that you could do right for a pear tree, these pear trees have done right to them.
I like it.
Can we get a map of the
town
again?
The town? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I switch over without forgetting to move.
Like in the northern one, away from the blacksmithery and all that. I walk through Red Alley. It's like for the 2 seconds I'm walking between the 2 buildings, and then I leave it.
It's sort of named that way because there happens to be sort of like a clay road right there. It's sort of like this red dirt road. It just happens to be in that particular location very clay heavy, and it's a very dark red clay.
between the alley of 2 buildings, and then I'm in the Parahuge.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't see much of anything to do, so I just, I'd probably lay around a bit and think about how the fuck I'm going to kill undead when this wasn't the plan. The plan was to sick the priest on them and then take the credit for finding the priest, but now I'm involved in this. And sort of be a bit, self-pitying, and then when the hour's over, I'll head over to the tavern.
Right.
Love my way through.
With my, I'd grab my crossbow and I'd have the dagger on me anyway, but I'd grab all my other stuff, the rope, and all the stuff that the paranoid bastard has.
I'm gonna use restroom real quick. I'll be right back again. 30 seconds or so.
I'll use my opportunity to get more water.
Oh no, my juice is hot now. Lukewarm.
Where is Forrest, by the way?
Oh, I think he can't play because he left. So we'll have Soldier and someone else next week.
Oh,
Assuming Soldier doesn't get work again.
funny work.
So I have sort of a tradition about my games, about talking about coffee, and so now's the part in the game where I talk about coffee a little bit. So there are 2 days now, a week, that I drink coffee. It's on D&D day. And so when I drink coffee, I tend to drink an awful lot of coffee. So, like, we're talking about 10 cups of coffee or so.
Oh,
An entire pot. So yeah, sometimes that makes me have to, take a brief break every so often. I hope you all wanted to know that, because now you do.
I mean, now I'm a bit more worried about your health, but...
I mean, it's just a little coffee.
Coffee is good for your health. Turns your teeth white and breaks your heart. I approve of this.
Well, I mean, I can brush my teeth.
Can you brush your heart?
Even I'm stabbing myself in the chest with the toothbrush. Ah, yes. It's time to cleanse my heart again.
Modern medicine is a wonderful thing.
Truly. It's like, just drink bleach, clean your insides, bro. It's fine.
I'll just get another heart. I have more.
My back heart.
Yes.
Just get a baboon heart and then you can be uber charged.
Hello, Triumph.
So yeah, your hour has passed up, and I assume we're all sort of meeting on time. Nobody wants to be fashionably late or anything like that.
Well, yes, of course. I'm gonna, look like we're all here, but we seem to be missing our guide or the person supposed to follow us.
Yeah, the chaperone, dude.
You are sort of. You're actually not. I just sort of didn't do it. But sort of at the bar is one of the people that you saw before. You may or you may not know her name. Sort of depends on you.
I just
how
know
much you've been
her,
talking.
the mercenary girl.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Leah.
Yeah, I guess.
Mrs. L. Mr. LS.
Given that they're the militia and I'm looking for opportunities, I would have probably gone ahead and taken the trouble of learning their names.
Mm-hmm.
So, because
I did not take the trouble to learn their names.
The rest of the mercenary company is gone, but she is waiting sort of at the bar patiently. She's just sort of picking at food. She's not exactly eating it, but it's there in front of her and she's bored, so she's just sort of moving it around on her plate.
She looks thrilled.
Okay, I walk up to her with my usual cheerier demeanor and say, "Hey, Miss Steg, these are the people that are going to solve your undead problem." And I point towards them like I'm not part of the group.
I'm gonna, voice me like, of course, Triumph is gonna be lots of help. He looks like a good man of good heart and good nature, of course. I'm gonna, nod along.
She's
I'm
sort
just
of
gonna shoot a nod.
glances back and forth from the three of you in nods. For the record, it's not really my undead problem. I think that's important to note. Because if it were my undead problem, that would sort of imply that I'm helping you. I'm not. I'm just watching you.
What if we die? Is she gonna... Well, I don't think I'd want to say that, but
She sort of puts her hands up
she
in
just
the air.
look like the type of person who just let us die.
People die every day.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yes, if they didn't die every day, there would be no undead, but soon there aren't going to be any undead anyway, because we're going to kill them all. Let's go.
We're gonna bring them back to life.
Are you ready to go off right now? Anything last minute?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a aura and just slam a empty tankard into the tavern barkeep and be like, no, not into him, but into the bar.
I just mutter under my breath, "Oh god, I hope he's not drunk."
It's only been 2 minutes, that should be fine.
Alright, so as she comes with you, she looks like she knows what she's doing. She carries herself with a lot of confidence. She looks like she knows where the area is, where things are around the area. She's familiar with its terrain. She looks like she's familiar with her weapons and everything under the nature. Obviously, this is something she's done before in some capacity. She's not one for a lot of small talk. So if you're trying to talk back with her, you get an answer back, but not a lot of supporting details or anything. So I don't want you to think that this is an insult, because it's not. But how many of these things do you think you can take out at one time? There's some rather large groups, there's some rather small groups. How did you want to go about this? Do you want to walk around and stumble upon some, or...
We need to start big, of course, so we need to find a big group here.
And I say, wouldn't it be better to divide and conquer, yes? Take out the small groups first and work our way up so that we don't, find them to be sticking together all of a sudden?
I have no preference right now. I'm just mulling over it internally.
I'm not a strategist, of course, but it would seem a better idea to take out the smaller, easier groups first, instead of tiring ourselves with destroying the larger groups and then perhaps having to fight the smaller ones already tired.
Tell you what, let's ask it like this. How lucky are you feeling?
My god is with me. My god is with me. There is no need for luck. I have the skills and my god, divine power favors me this day.
She sort of looks you up and down. How about we start slow?
Damn.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
All right.
I'm just going to suggest we just walk in whatever we find.
I know the location of where some tend to be located. As you know, or may not know, there's been a lot of battles fought in this location. You could practically just wander around here and eventually you'll stumble across them.
You cut out there, Grim.
Okay. You could just sort of wander around outside of towns and eventually you'll come across a small group.
To the horde, please.
All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to move over to the battlefield.
Aura.
The remnant of the battlefield.
Right. Without much wandering around, sort of just an hour or two.
Do we have torches? Were we supplied torches, or are we doing
You
this
were
in the
not
dark?
given torches. Your contingency to see in the dark is dependent on you. If you're using torches, because it is
Is
starting
this
to get
lady got a
dark.
torch?
I mean,
like
she
our
would have a
Leah?
torch for herself.
Yeah.
Is it nighttime though? Is it dark?
It's getting
out?
to be dark. It was sort of dinner time.
It's twilight.
When you were talking around, it's been an hour since like that. It's definitely, duskish.
No, luckily I have a hooded lantern, but I am not going to light it until it actually gets dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not lighting anything either.
So again, from an OOC thing, not all of us are used to 3.5, so we're going to start challenges and fights, sort of simple.
Okay.
Awesome.
Fighting only.
Actually, I
17
would like
undead.
my lantern when I see her lighting a torch, so that it looks like I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like dark now.
Yeah, after about an hour or so of wandering around, it's dark. And she would certainly comment upon the fact, sort of are you sure we want to go out fighting the undead at night?
Should be no issue. What you take me for? Easy.
What are they gonna do? Ambush us?
And she nods and goes, right.
I'm about to end this entire Undead's career.
I certainly wouldn't run off on my own, so since they're intent on going on, I'll do the same thing, because they're...
Yep. You can pull your tokens onto Leah. She's in the bottom left corner.
I'm gonna be behind her.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna work in front, of course.
I just be as far away as possible. I like living.
Okay, and what we will do is we will go ahead and roll for initiative. When you're rolling for initiative in D20, I believe it's on your character sheet where you can just hit a button. You do have to select your token first, or else it doesn't sort of process it right.
Oh, okay.
It's initiative plus 3.
I believe I've rolled. Yes.
Damn, okay, we go hard.
Oh,
Yeah!
I did.
Oh,
I didn't.
I have the highest initiative and the lowest will. Oh, wait, no, that was. No character was found to be selected.
So
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
NPCs are not
perfectly
set
good.
up right, so I have to just roll for mine. Which
No, I get it
means-
as well. No character was selected.
Did you select the token then?
I believe so.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have it selected as well.
Either way, if you just roll a d20 and then add whatever your initiative score is to it, you get it.
Yeah, how do I select the token? I clicked on it, but
It's probably a scripting thing.
Yeah, it should just be clicking the token.
yeah.
So it's surrounded, yeah. And if it's not working, it just is the way it is.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
The sheets
I
aren't
rolled
perfectly
a
made
8
for it.
total.
Did that?
And
No,
then I
okay,
will...
I'm just gonna roll. You have to add your dexterity modifier if you have
I
one.
did. That is what it is.
Oh, it doesn't
Roll a
show
6.
my roll. Okay. Let me open the advanced roll. I think my dex is +3.
Okay, so
Oof.
I will...
Oof! Big oof! It's fine. I actually don't want to fight.
So you can go ahead and put the number in right there. It should say in the turn order, which on the left side there is the bar. It's the one that looks like a clock. The third from the bottom.
From turn order? What? Looks like a clock.
On the left side.
Yeah,
Click
I
it,
am
and
saying
it
it.
should bring up the turn.
I don't see the clock either.
I can't
I can see like turn
edit
order.
it.
On the
I don't think-
left, you can't edit it. Tell me what the number
Nope.
is. I can put it in. Is
I got
it
an
4 for Lordington and an 8 for Emerald?
SMH reactions terrible. They will never survive in a war.
can't even just roll it at all. Fine.
Skeleton 1, 2. Are the skeletons have names?
They do not. Well, I mean, they might have names, but I guess you'd have to ask them.
No, I rolled diplomacy.
What's your name, man? Yo.
Finally, someone who understands my life struggles.
Or the death struggles, as the case may be.
Being a skeleton ain't easy.
All
These
right.
terrible adventurers keep walking out and dying to me all the time.
So they spot you.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
According to your torches, I do have a
They're
handout
so fast.
for they are pretty fast. Skeletons are fast.
How is the skeleton before me? SMH.
Oh, guy rolling at 20.
Damn, the skeleton do be looking hot though.
They're old. These are not recent
How old
skeletons.
is this battlefield?
You don't know exactly. It's one of those things where it was a battlefield, then there was a battle on top of it, then there was a battle on top of it, then a battle on top of it. So there have been bodies from way back in this one area.
Where are these skeletons from? Yes.
One of those. Skeleton will move 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that will be its turn, because it doesn't have anything else to do. Over to Nanu. It is your turn.
Should I start big or not? Because I mean, I can try. No, you know what? Screw it. Okay, I'm gonna walk. I got 20 tiles. 20, like one tile is 5 feet, right?
Yes.
How is the diagonal counted again?
You can move diagonally?
It counts as five.
It counts as
Yeah,
five,
it's just 5 feet.
I go on to 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, let's count the range here.
There is a tool that does a
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like a ruler, I think.
ruler and a circle. It's very strange.
Yeah, that's the one.
Where did I find this?
On the left-hand bar.
It's like the power icon.
It looks
Oh,
a
it's
lot
not this
like a
one.
power icon. Yeah, it's on the left bar, left side of the screen. Same place that the turn order is.
What kind of action was drawing weapons? Was it a movement action? I know it stopped you from doing a full attack.
It's
I'm
not.
not
It's like
sure.
a full action to draw your weapons. But for the sake of this combat, we saw them enough in advance that we had our weapons drawn.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm gonna do a turn undead. You ready, Grimcat?
I'm ready.
Alright, roll a d20 plus my charisma. $16. Okay, I need to look at the turntable real quick.
Mm-hmm.
9 in the Player's Handbook. See. Okay. Got 16. I mean, that means I can turn 3 hit dices.
And what's your range for it?
The range is. I need to find it. Range.
I think it's pretty long, but I'm not
Up
sure.
to 60 feet.
Up to 60 feet, so yeah, you can get
Yeah.
like all of them in range.
Yeah.
And guess what?
They just die.
The three of them together are 3 hit die.
Okay. So the damage I deal is 2d6 plus your cleric level plus your charisma modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be okay. And that's like to each one of them, if I remember correctly. get +1 because I'm level 1, +2 because that's my charisma.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, okay, so each one of them takes 9 damage.
So when you destroy things, I kind of let the player describe it, unless it's something I feel the particular need to describe myself. So exactly what is it that you do to...
I walk, give a light joke forward and be like, nothing is a good day as slaying undead, like a casual, and then I bring up my spike chains, I whirl them a bit around, and then I do some of my funny spellcasting voice, and then I speech of it, and I do like die heathens, and they like disappear in a puff of smoke, and they're like their bones just like evaporate if they die.
Yeah, they just sort of crumble and disintegrate into dust. Whatever equipment they may have had on there just sort of falls to the ground, more or less useless. And that's it.
Yeah.
Leah turns to you. She's impressed. I'll be frank here. I didn't think you could do that. From what I was told, I thought you were just lying out your arse.
Of course I could do this.
How dare you doubt that chain of the whip?
Yeah.
I told you it was the best. I say, as I walk along to where the corpses are to see if I can pocket anything out of value.
There's very little of value. This is something that's been picked over like many times. The equipment is just shod at this point.
I'm just like, as always, not an issue for the great spike chain.
Look, again, I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with you. Are we all feeling good? Can we go around and do some more?
Yeah,
absolutely, let's destroy these undead.
It is the largest horde you got.
Oh no.
Well, it's clear that your actions have sort of instilled her with a confidence that she did not have before. She's sort of, and she's making it obvious that she is looking for a larger group of the undead. Unless, you attempt to stop her.
Of course not.
No.
I just walk over to Neithron and whisper something like, we should probably renegotiate our fee.
No, I give a nod, of course. You're absolutely right, of course. Give a nod.
Okay, so for XP, I do XP per monster destroyed. If you are there present and ready to fight, you do gain a share of the XP. It's not just you landed the finishing blow, you get all the XP thing.
Yeah.
So the way that breaks down is that all three of you wind up getting 135 XP.
Wow. Wait, we get 135?
What's our goal?
135.
For level 1?
It depends per character, but I believe you're shooting for
roughly
1,000.
Okay, just because I hadn't built that in yet.
Yeah, I don't. Where's it on this character sheet? Where's the XP thing?
It's right under your name.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm going to take 30 seconds to use the restroom.
130. Yeah, look in the player's handbook. It should be there. What the level ups need for each class.
1,000 XP for level 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, because then it depends on multi-classing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember how to calculate that, but luckily I'm a human, so I don't need to care.
True. Humans OP.
Yeah, they're the best race. 3 feet.
Level 2 is 1,000 base.
Yeah. Like, this is like one of the few times like cleric turning is like really good. It's like against low level enemies if you roll nice. But the moment you meet anything of like higher hit dice and like above your levels, it can be a real pain.
Yeah,
So-
but it's really good against like hordes of small.
Yeah,
units.
hordes, exactly. It's
Amazing.
really
I still like evil clerics better though. The rebuking I find better than
True.
turning.
I mean, I'll probably do like a multi-class later on that will force it over to be rebuke. So who knows? But that's in just not for now at least.
So you wander around with Leah for a little bit, and you come across, still not far from where you are, another group of skeletons, or rather two groups, sort of separated from each other by an undead boar. And again,
Okay.
I have a handout for this because I like the handouts. I like to show off other people's stuff.
Ooh.
Like it.
It's very
Nice.
Sexy. With all of those.
Are the worms included?
The worms
Worms
are
are
included. They will take a hit for the boar.
I aim for the worm.
So again, go ahead and roll initiative again. You should be able to edit yours in again, Emerald and Lordington. And it'll take me just a little bit of time to roll everybody since I got to roll for it by
I
hand.
cannot.
Ooh, 12.
I will roll for you. Which is a
Yeah, I
20
don't.
plus 2. I rolled a 12 total. It's a basic thing I'm gonna do. But I cannot edit my thing.
Okay, well, I will edit yours in just a moment. Then.
Hey, we're tied.
All right, so Emerald, what'd you get?
12.
Might
well.
Lordington 12 as well.
No, I haven't rolled yet. Give me a second. I need to
Gotcha,
pull up
gotcha.
the thing.
No, we're trying to
20 plus
re-roll it.
3, 17.
17. All right. And now I will roll for skeletons,
Nah, it still doesn't work.
which will take a
Deck
while.
there.
I hate undead. They're immune to sneak attack.
Oh, I gotta add it here. No, he never showed up, never talked, never expressed any interest, so he's gone.
Okay.
To be honest.
Because then I'm okay.
Who, Forest?
No, Jamie.
Forrest bowed out. He talked with me and all.
I knew we were missing someone. Apart from Forest. I know you say you can make it to 1 and then boofed.
Yeah. Ugh, this is a bit worse when you have to.
You know, I think I know why the initiative thing is not working, maybe. Did you manually place our tokens? 'Cause that might be why.
I placed my token myself.
I don't
Well,
know.
I guess not on this map, to be fair.
Yeah,
that
but
may
it should
be
be resistant.
why then.
Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3,
Yes,
bar 1, bar 2.
Also,
Mixed combat.
I might have one that can maybe join as well.
Okay.
Another person. Amaxin. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember Maxim.
Yeah. So he says he will be interested. He says he can't right now, of course, but in the future.
Yeah, right now it's a little
Yeah.
much to throw somebody.
Right now.
But nobody has like opposition to it, so I'll invite him.
No, I certainly don't.
Okay, awesome.
No problems. Myself.
Again, I was trying to get somebody, and I thought I had somebody lined up, and someone else messaged me saying that this person was a huge troublemaker and not let him in my game. I've never had it happen before, and I was like, oh well, maybe I should find somebody else.
Then you're like, it will be the troublemaker we need.
Oh, you're still rolling in initiative.
I still got one more to do. I understand. Look, I mean, when it's not a macro, it takes a while.
I'll,
I want to hear the.
yeah, it should be like a macro. You can just quickly edit it, like out the numbers in.
That's it. I'm rolling the D. What is
Well, I mean,
this?
there is. I should be able to just, hit the thing
Yeah.
and have it work, but it was not.
I rolled a
working.
3 on my D60.
Oh. The D60.
All right, so
You ever just need
That's
like
a lot of high initiative. Jesus.
Oh.
skeletons are pretty fast. So top of the turn order, skeleton 5, which is
Hello,
Right,
sir.
Nick,
Hi.
go kill him.
He will simply move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 closer. That'll be his turn. The boar. Also, I try to do combat pretty quickly, especially when it comes to my turns, but you all can take your time. The boar will move 40.
Damn, that's a quick one.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And
Done.
we'll sort of stop in
Wait,
front of
any
you.
other?
Skeleton 2.
All these skeletons just got swords and such.
Yes.
None of them are like.
Probably like rusty, rotten swords and armor.
Mhm. It is a broken short sword, very specifically.
Alright.
Damn.
Lordington, it is your turn.
Oh boy. I don't want to.
Go get
25.
Come on, try him, go get him! Gonna shout some words of encouragement as I whirl my chain whips around.
You can always
Uh,
defer your turn as well.
I can't look like a chump in front of these people, otherwise I'll be cut out of the reward. So I move forward to the boar, and I can't do full attack, so I'd have to attack with my. If I remember the rules of 3.5 attacks correctly, I have to only attack with my main hand, which is the sword that I have to find now. These short swords. This macro should do it, I hope. Power attack bonus, no. No additional damage bonus, because these cons are immune to sneak attack. Wait, no, that's the... Okay, that's for
That was
the...
just
I need to
damage.
roll for the hit.
The first one, I
Yeah,
believe it
that's
rolls
the
out.
damage. Oh, this is the... Yeah.
I think the boar can take, yeah.
No flank, no power attack, no bonus, no bonus. Oh, the macro does both hit and damage, so... Well, if it has AC 23, fuck me sideways, so...
So you certainly hit him. Unfortunately, the undead are immune to critical hits.
Yeah.
So you do hit it for 7 damage, which is a very solid hit, for first level anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kill a first level character.
Skeleton 1 moves, followed shortly by Skeleton 4. And Emerald, it is now your turn.
You know what I realized? We never actually
Did your
got all the
spells?
details from the spells, yeah.
Your
But-
spells are pretty easy at first level, though.
Yeah.
Take magic
But-
missile.
Well,
I mean, I do have
Magic missile! Pew!
So pea shit.
Pew pew. I can pew one skeleton. That is it. I think for now I'm probably just gonna shoot with the cross. Actually, you know what? I mean, I don't think we're gonna do anything else. I'll just
magic missile has the benefit of not being able to miss.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just murder the. Can you shoot through people? Is that fine? Or do I need line of sight?
I think magic missile, you can just shoot anything you can see.
Yeah, for magic missile. For shooting through somebody like that, it does make it a little bit harder because they
But
are
magic
in
missile
combat.
can't miss.
But magic missile can miss.
Yes. Okay. Well, then I will just simply magic missile this. I mean, I can hit this roll, but it's not actually gonna work.
Yeah, Magic Missile is just a 1d4 plus 1. It's your level.
1d4, and then just add 1, because I'm not actually going to add 1 to this. 3 damage.
Ooh!
Yep.
That's right, you boar. Take that.
Alright. And now for Nano. It's your turn.
Thinking like extend spell. How does that work again?
Sadly.
Extend spell, I believe, extends the range of your spell. It doubles it.
What's the time of it? Like the...
Oh, was expend the duration one?
Yeah,
Then it just doubles your duration of your spell. All
But
the
you've got
magic stuff works.
You've got meta magic already?
Yeah, there's not much of a requirement for some of the meta magic things.
Yeah.
Take them at level 1.
Yeah, you can grab it at level 1. It's pretty good.
Like spell casting, I believe, is your requirement.
Yeah, I don't know. Divine meta magic, I've only done it with wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay.
It's pretty OP.
I'm a grab some put shield on of fate on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I head over next to Triumph here.
Do you have your spell set up so when you hit the button it is like spell description and all that?
Maybe.
Okay.
Believe so.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out. Choose a target. Oh, I need to maybe select myself.
Probably. And I hope that doesn't break things.
Cancel. Shield of Fate.
I've got an idea for
I don't get.
a little for Halloween costume for Black Bunny. You can make a pink little dress, and I have this little flower.
Okay, so one, I believe.
That's on her arm, and also I'm going to make her a little flower.
I didn't get how that works, but
I'm going to make her a little candy bag.
I think I misrolled it. But
Okay. That's good. Daddy's still doing his game, okay?
So on one hand,
Oh, I can't.
Can you check over for me, Mr. Grimcat?
I'm sorry. I love you.
The Grimcat, come back.
I'm sorry. Riley was obviously using my time.
What
You're casting Doom?
No.
Let me take a look at your shit.
What? Why does it say Doom?
I don't know.
Something macro. Yeah, the macro is definitely not right.
This man's a necromancer.
I was casting Shield of Fate on myself. Okay, Shield of Fate, roll 20.
Those got done. No worries.
About the 5 creature.
I have no idea how to actually set this up, but
We'll worry about it in a minute. Again, sort of what it does.
but yeah, Shield of Fate gives me +2 AC for 1 minute.
Yep. So you successfully cast Shield of Faith on yourself. Again, you'll sort of have to remember that.
Yeah. So I'll add a temp bonus to my AC.
Mm-hmm. Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I can move any further, but I have range to hit them because epic spike chains.
Okay. Skeleton 6, last skeleton, but not the least skeleton. It comes forward. Oh no. Back at the top with skeleton 5. Skeleton 5 being the favorite skeleton. You will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and come closer. The boar's turn.
Oh God, he ain't dead. I tried to. I hit him with a single.
This is gonna suck.
This is probably not going to be great. So let's see if I have this a little bit set up correctly. with just a roll. It is a 9, 11 to hit. Does that hit you?
Probably. Let's see. Is 15. It does not.
It misses you.
Yeah.
Completely. All right.
That wouldn't even hit me.
Skeleton number 2. He will 5, 10,
Very agile.
15, 20, 25, and he will go ahead and attack you, my friend Nanu.
Come at me, stupid skeleton. It
11?
misses.
Misses completely. All right.
Yep.
Skeleton number 3.
I
What's up?
shrug it off.
Yes, you can have a piece of candy.
Be right back.
You're weak, Grim.
We'll come in and we'll attack you, Troim.
Troy, no. It's nice knowing you're a good man.
Ooh, with a
Ouch.
19, that is definitely a hit.
That is bad. It misses.
For
Can I
1
bluff?
damage.
Oh.
Could have been much worse.
Still have 6. I can.
Lordington, it is your turn now.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit by attacks of opportunities. I'm gonna do a full attack.
Okay.
Or it's gotta be almost.
Oh, the boar's gonna be dead after this. Let's see. With my short sword and with my dagger. Short sword is flank. No. Power attack. No bonuses.
That hits.
And where's my dagger? My dagger is here. No bonuses either.
Oh, that hits as well. But again, no crit.
No crits.
The way I do Undead, for the most part, I am not necessarily obliged, but I like to think it. I like to tell you when they are bloodied, which is something you see in the later editions. It's when they hit half health. But with Undead, I don't tell you that. Because it's much harder to tell when they are so heads up. But you can probably put 2 and 2 together and guess that he is at least bloodied. Skeleton 1. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Going to attack you, Lordington. $14.
Does not hit.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
I am an agility tank.
Yes, Skeleton 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Emerald, it is your turn.
Oh, lady skeletons. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just simply shoot the nearest skeleton. I mean, there's a lot. I'm gonna shoot this one right in front. But
This
like
one
side
right
to
here?
side. Nah, I think I'm gonna shoot this one. Can you actually see me draw this?
Yes.
Shoot this one right.
Okay.
Because it's already fighting, so I figured maybe I can miss it and shoot him in the back. I'm gonna shoot with the crossbow though, because I think it might do more damage than anything else I'm gonna roll. So flank now. Power attack, nope. Additional attack bonus, literally none. I think that's right. I didn't actually roll. Maybe that was not the right thing then.
The
last one? Well, wasn't there one that also rolls the damage? What does this one roll? No.
One of them rolls just damage. Yeah.
Oh, so I did roll that one. 8, 17, hitting for 17 for 8 damage.
Definitely.
Then does it just explode?
It does not just explode.
That's really sad.
You know, that's a really confident hit that you just did to it, though.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have sort of the squishy bits and all that. You know, your arrow doesn't really connect cleanly with it because you're shooting a skeleton, right? So
I knock its like head 90 degrees
goes in
inside.
between, and it does not bring it down. But you can tell it's very close to it.
Which skeleton was it? Can you ping
This
it?
one right
to
the right.
If I remember right, it's like piercing weapons are like less damage against skeletons.
Yeah, from an OOC standpoint,
Yeah,
they
from
have
obviously not.
damage reduction of 5 against bludgeoning, which means if you hit them with anything other than a bludgeoning weapon, the damage is reduced.
Still did more damage than that spell would have done. So
Yeah.
They can be pretty nasty. Nanu, it is your turn again.
It's my turn. I'm gonna do my Hamla magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, enough. I feel like enough are around me. Finally. I'm gonna do a roll. Let's see if I roll as good as I did earlier.
Let's hope so.
I hope so. Ooh!
Cool.
Okay.
So you are going to take an attack of opportunity from the skeleton because you're doing.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
I'll come at me.
10 likely does
Miss
not
it.
hit.
Just shake it off me. It's like nothing.
Sort of scrapes against your armor.
Yeah. Is that all he got? I'm gonna stare into the eyes as I cast
Spit
my.
on him.
Yes. Almost spit on him. Okay, let's see. In the turntable, 22 or higher. Cleric's level plus 4. So 5 HD.
5 HD.
From like nearest
Mm-hmm.
and outwards.
So we're gonna do 1, 2. Whoa. 3, 4, 5.
Ah, damn it. Okay, that's fine. I snap my fingers and whoosh, they burst into like just I was gonna say pile of dust again.
They sure do. Even the boar, its fleshy bits sort of just disintegrate. Whatever was keeping it together is definitely no longer keeping it together.
I'm gonna taunt the remaining skeletons and be like, "Come at me."
They seem unfazed by your provocations.
Shake my head in anger.
They look at you blankly. You would see the fear in their eyes, but they have no eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Tremble, skeletons, tremble. I need to keep count of how many turns I've used.
I think you just need to keep count of how many skeletons I've killed, and like all of them so far.
Thanos snapped.
10 is gonna miss you, Nanu.
Yep.
The boar is dead. Skeleton 2 is dead. Skeleton 3 is going to attack Trio.
5 bludgeoning. I'm not going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
1 happens to be enough to bring it down.
Yeah.
So how exactly do you do it? Would you like to describe it?
I mean, I'd say it's probably like a pretty crappy hit since it only does like 1 damage. I guess I sort of hit it in the spinal cord and it just happens to crumble. And I'm like, yeah, I totally meant to do that. And
What then falls on it and it just dies.
Since I only used a attack action because I didn't do 2 attacks, I'm going to run away behind the paladin. Well, actually, I'm just gonna.
The cleric.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. No, I'm not gonna run away. I'm gonna sort of go here, even though I can't flank skeletons. I don't actually know that in character, so.
Flanking skeleton.
Sort of, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a flanking position on this skeleton.
Right. Skeleton 4 is going to go straight over and attack you.
What a fucking dick. Should have run away.
Missed terribly. Whoa. Emerald, it's your turn.
Hi.
Destroy it.
Destroy which one? All of them? Got
All
it.
of them.
Don't worry, I'm gonna cast light. And just go.
Woohoo, light!
Are any of these ones actually damaged? Or are they all like
these are
sitting
all
out there?
fresh, as it were.
Yeah.
Well,
Damaged, rather.
since my amazing crossbow shot was not as amazing as I was hoping it was gonna be, I'm gonna get the one that's like kind of going for me right here, and I'm gonna hit him with acid splash.
Okay.
Which I believe is.
I gotta see what kind of roll you need for that, real quick.
You must succeed a ranged touch attack.
A ranged touch attack. Okay. So that is
Then I
a
roll one.
D20 plus like dexterity modifier.
Is there a way I can just roll d20 and then plus dex, or do I need to just add my dex on here?
If you write it out, you can do it, but you can't do it with like the dice.
Just add 2 onto this then.
Unfortunately,
It lands like on my foot.
you miss. You conjure this sort of globe of acid, and you just hurl it at it, and it just sort of goes straight down into the ground. Like you held onto a ball that you were throwing just a little too long.
Oh my god! Just lands like a foot in front of me.
I look at you. I look at the green. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm like come on.
Like
Expecting
Leah
that.
next to you sort of chuckles a little bit.
Oh man!
Nanu, it's your turn.
It's my turn again.
Just sort
Only
of
3
staring at the
remains.
ground.
Feel like I have to
What's up, kiddo?
some actual exercise in now. I'm gonna use my spike change. My they have
You
reach.
should probably take a break.
I
from the
believe 15 or 10 feet is more than enough to hit the dude next to Triumph.
I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person and was talking to my daughter. I didn't hear any of that.
Oh,
I said I'm gonna use my large spiked chains and attack that one
Okay.
because I have the funny reach.
Right.
So it's gonna be can I use this marker? Flank 0, protect no, additional attack
Ignore
bonus. I don't believe so. Protect wounds no. Additional damage bonus. Don't believe so either. Oh, there you go.
Getting AC 0.
How did I get AC 0? I feel like
For 0 damage.
wait, hold on. Okay, so the marker is not right, but it was a crit in there if you look at if you hover over the 0.
because it multiplied it by 0 at some point.
Yeah, I think it multiplied it by 0, but
Okay.
yeah, 0 times 2.
Yeah, it multiplies by 0.
Yeah, okay, but it was a critical, so I assume I hit.
That's 20, so you definitely hit.
Yeah.
However, you did roll like 1 for
Roll.
damage. So it's 1 plus whatever ability score you have, which maybe 3? That's a question.
Wait, didn't I hit for 10 damage plus?
You cannot crit the undead.
No, okay, yeah, so 10, 10 per... Yeah, just 10 damage then. Minus 5, because their damage reduction.
Okay, you're right. The second number was to confirm the crit. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yes,
Mhm.
and that is enough to bring it down.
Also, I'm gonna be and then I give a pat on Triumph's shoulder and be like, "Don't worry, I got this."
1 damage, you're welcome.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, I'll try to fix the macro meanwhile.
Yeah, again, it's not you guys' fault. These macros, I'm sure, are great for people who, know what they're doing and have a degree in it, but they're really hard to use for everybody else. Because they do not make a lot of sense. Okay, so Skeleton 6. We're going to roll flip a coin, basically. Even he's going to go after Nanu. Odd he's going to go after Emerald. Going to go after Emerald.
Hit me. I can take it.
He comes forward.
Oh, you know what I forgot? You need to start reminding me, Grim. I need to start notifying people for dodge.
Yes. Rolls a 6, misses you anyway.
That is not going to hit me.
Skeleton 5 is going to attack
Bounces
Manu
off my thick robes.
for an 18. Gonna get a hit in. For 2 damage.
On me?
On you, yes.
I shook a lift off. Weakling.
Lordington, it is your turn.
Oh, Grandma,
Full attack.
thing on me.
Well,
What, Ryan?
presumably.
Just put myself.
She just put some salt on your ears again? Okay.
Attack 1, which is boop. 8.
That is a hit.
And attack 2. I don't even know if the dagger can actually do more than 5 damage.
So, you hit it, but you don't hit it cleanly at all. You know, you can't sort of chip into the bone or anything like that. And you can tell that even though you hit it, you don't really do damage to it, unfortunately. It is Skeleton 4's turn. Skeleton 4 is dead. Emerald, it is your turn.
Nice, that was fast. I guess it's
I
not
like
much left.
I loudly complain.
Well, obviously,
bollocks.
I'm gonna, murder this guy. I'm gonna do my acid touch again. It's gonna work this time. It's gonna be amazing. Everyone's just gonna be like blown back when I hit this man for 3 damage. So they don't have a macro set up for it. What, 14 and then add 2 for Dex or no? Yeah, I think I add 2.
Yes,
for Dex,
you would. Their touch defense is only 12 anyway, so that would hit. You do get an attack of opportunity against you for casting a spell in...
That's fine. Hit him. Bring it on.
But you can go ahead and do your damage first, which, I mean, admittedly is
1d3. There's not even a d3 on this
You
thing.
can type in 1d3, and it'll still do it.
What, like in here?
Yeah.
1d3?
Like slash...
No.
Slash R space 1d3.
Okay. I don't want this man. Just I'm burning that bone. He's like slightly smoky now. It's got like a smoked flavor to him.
It does attack you back. It does miss.
Who came out on top?
So Nando,
You're welcome.
it is your turn.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hit him back. Ugh. Do my... I don't even know if I have a full attack, but I'll try. Maybe this one works correctly.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Like, I couldn't even really find a tutorial about using these character sheets or anything.
Oh, I don't think this is...
I don't think that works.
I don't think it's working. Did I crit again? What?
You attacked 4 times.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
4-0.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're 0.
The first time you rolled was a 6, though.
Okay, yeah, no, that missed, yeah.
Which would have missed. Again, 30 seconds, restroom. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. By Allah, these micros. Okay, I'm gonna stop using the micros from now. Until I fix them.
Okay.
This is Black Bunny's Halloween outfit. Papa even made a trick or treat bag.
Oh, how cute.
God, this macro's so complicated.
True.
Alright.
Barely set up this thing.
It is Skeleton 6's turn. Skeleton 6 is the one attacking Emerald. It will continue to do so.
Bring it on. I ain't scared. This man's missed me every time.
Misses you again.
That's right. You can't.
Skeleton 5 is going to attack Nanu again.
Or
Come at me, weakling.
Hits you.
Oh, it hits. Fuck.
For 5.
Ooh, okay, that's 7 damage total.
Alright.
Okay, that hurts. Urgh!
In Lordington, it's your turn.
Where's my...
Okay, let's try this again. Short sword.
That is actually a miss.
Fuck.
That's a hit. And again, it's not clean, but you know you're definitely doing damage to it this time. You're making chips. It's looking certainly weakened from what it was. Emerald, it is your turn.
All right. Is my spear drawn, or have I just been using
Your spear is not drawn.
When
You
we
have
say
your crossbow drawn.
Okay.
It takes like a full turn to like drop
Yeah, I
the
don't
thing
think
and
so.
pull it out. And yeah.
Can't you use your move turn on it? Or am I mistaken?
That's like 5th edition, I believe.
Okay.
Drawing a weapon is a full action.
Okay.
I
Excuse
probably
me.
don't want to like. Yeah, I'm just gonna magic missile again. Where am I?
Okay. Again, it's gonna, attack you in the middle of it.
Well, I mean, what else? He's gonna attack me if I try to walk away as well, correct?
You can do something called a shift, where you move 5 feet away, and you don't take an attack of opportunity for it.
Well, then I will shift one back here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to go next to her. All right, I will shift then, and then
You should shift behind the other lady.
I will shift, and then I will magic missile,
All right.
and it will murder this man for 1 damage. Man, I'm just
2
on
damage.
a roll. 2 damage.
But unfortunately, it's still not quite enough to bring that one down.
I mean, I think I've only rolled
Yeah.
once against this guy so far.
Yeah. Nanu.
Okay. I see how it is. Hold on, let me look at my spells actually. Okay, well, what does magic weapon do again? I think it's a +2 your attack, right?
I believe so, yes.
Let me just double check that real quick.
3.5 magic weapon spell. +1 to attack and
Okay.
damage.
Okay, well, I'll not do that then. I'm hit it normally,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna use the stupid macro this time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's gonna be correct. My strength is 3 minus 2. Yeah, +1. Oh no, okay, wait, hold on. It's weapon focus, so +2 total. That should be correct. I think I hit.
Definitely a hit.
Yep. Also, 36 plus my strength. Does weapon focus help you with attack damage as well, or is that not? I don't believe it does.
I believe it's just a hit.
Yeah, just be whatever. I think hopefully kill it. Woo!
That is definitely enough to kill it.
Based.
I just wondered, what's a D3? Because a D2 is a coin,
D3 is
and a
you-
D4 is a pyramid.
D3 can
Oh.
also be a pyramid, but it can also be a D6 split in 2. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh,
Right.
right, yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, so they can use a pyramid as well, but they also sometimes use like just a D6 and then just have like 1, 2, and 3 on it instead.
Yeah.
Alright, so the last skeleton is going to move in close and take an attack at the other person.
I'm gonna give a chuckle and be like,
And is going to miss. At the top of the turn order, she's going to start shouting at you. So, what are you doing? Why are you guys wasting so much time? You've already got her in bed. Just finish her off.
wait, who? Is she shouting at us?
Yes.
Kind of
I
skeleton.
move over and I say, that's very rude language. And then I attack the skeleton.
I team up with the skeleton.
That's very inappropriate. Bonker with a sword.
You're saying you're 1 damage.
God, where's
How
my
dare you.
fucking...
I believe in you, Lorrington.
Let's see, where's my sword macro?
I had to work it out. Spell macros are possible. I've been
that's
trying
a
to make one.
Nice.
And not only that, that is enough to finish it off.
Yeah.
Damn.
There, done. You didn't have to get all pissy.
You just needed some encouragement, is what it looked like. But well done.
I'm gonna throw a healing spell on myself, the
Sure,
Cure
like,
Life Wounds.
are we charging by the skeleton here?
Yes, you are. All right, let's go ahead and call it there. We'll go ahead. We'll grab some stuff. I gotta admit, you did better than what I thought you would. Sort of wasted a little bit of time at the end. You know, once you get it there, you gotta stop playing around and just go ahead and go for it. You know?
I know.
Who's this? This is an accent.
None invited me. I just joined.
Yeah.
I
I was
gotcha.
busy with stuff.
Yeah, no worries. I beat you for all the skeletons today, so easy clap.
Nice.
Yeah.
So again, you sort of take stock of your surroundings. You get each other all the stuff, and you start to head back to town.
I heal myself for 3 damage.
Speaking of healing, I do slow healing, which isn't like computer RPGs and stuff where you spend the night and you regain all your hit points. If you're doing non-magical means, for every night you sleep, you just get 1 hit point. So again, magic is super important when it comes to healing up and all that. And it does kind of mean there will be some downtime and stuff while you're healing up. So, you know.
Yeah. I use a couple of my cantrips, like my level 0 spells, to heal up for, I believe that will be 3 damage extra. So 3. So,
I took no damage. I need nothing.
All right.
Plenty to it though. Nano, let me know when you're about.
yeah, sure.
See you later.
All right, you head back to the Broken Shield, and Leah is opening up to you a little bit more than she was before. She's not perhaps friendly exactly, but she is sort of giving you advice. You know, when you're fighting the undead, it's especially skeletons, it's best to keep something that can, you know, bash their bones. It's real hard to cut into the bones or pierce into the bones, so you may want to think about getting some clubs or something like that if you're going to be doing a whole lot more of this undead hunting. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not that long, but I'd say, of course, undead, they're never a problem anyways.
I understand they might not be as much of a problem for you. I have to say, that was pretty impressive.
Of course.
You know,
By the way, I just saw it because I managed to glance past it in the player book. Drawing a weapon is a move action that does not trigger attacks.
Oh, okay, so it is a move action.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice.
Yes, I thank her profusely for her invaluable advice and make a note to myself to never fight undead again.
Then, you know, what about
Payment.
Payment, and, you know, staying for the night and stuff. You know, it's I know I'm a bit tired now. I do exercise a bit of warm up, you know.
Look, well,
to beat them.
Here's the thing: there isn't much in the way of lodgings for you to be had. You know, it's not an inn; it's a tavern. You can sort of, I suppose, muscle in, or don't muscle in, but sort of ask any of the residents. You know, they'd be happy to put you up for a little bit of coin. But we don't really have much of an inn. I'll speak with Ilner tonight, and I'll have your money waiting for you in the morning.
I'll give a nod and a thanks, and I'll talk to the barkeep and be like, do you mind if I grab what's it called, like, you know, a bench bench, put my mattress on here
Just sleep
in the
on.
corner.
Look, I guess I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I understand.
I've been
what
saying
you do.
undeads, man.
All right.
Saving the town and all, you know. I'm a weary traveler. Surely it's not an issue, right?
We'll call it 5 silver a night.
No, okay, no. I give a small grumble, but
I won't be sleeping in the tavern.
Okay.
Dude, I'm going to my tent.
Mm-hmm.
damn, you guys have tents.
High rollers.
I don't have a tent, but I'm not sleeping indoors.
I have like I have a backpack and some trail rations of flint and steel and oh right, I forgot to actually add the bed, like the bedroll, so I'll do that. But
Just
yeah,
sleeping on the floor.
I got a bed as well.
yeah. Tents are
So,
expensive.
it's not really time for people to sleep yet, and indeed, it's actually getting more and more crowded in the inn as time goes on. You know, it's sort of an old-fashioned thing. There's not really like a last call or anything like that, and there's not much else to do. So it's pretty much open at all hours of the night.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and be like, recount the tale of how we slayed all of the.
I slayed all the undead.
Yeah, slayed all the undead.
You know, it's pretty impressive. I imagine you're embellishing some, of course.
Of course.
But
you know,
even without embellishing, you know, that's not a feat that most of these people could hope to do. You've got confirmation that you did it, so people are really hanging on to basically every word that you say, and they're real into it. And the alcohol is coming to you pretty freely. You know, everybody wants to buy you and whomever is staying in the inn or still in the inn or tavern rather a drink.
of course, accept.
I'm certainly not passing up the opportunity to embellish the tales and have free drinks. I say with nothing like, I like the you know the sidekick here. So yeah, and you know, he blinked at them and they exploded in flames.
Yes. I'm not alone. I was like, yeah, of course, you know, the mighty god of the spite chains. Smite them through me and my power.
So here's my question for you all: are you drinking within reason, or are the drinks free so you're taking advantage of them?
I'm taking
I am
advantage.
not drinking. I'm just gonna, like,
I'm
stay
taking
outside.
advantage.
Okay.
Me and Norton
They
both
can
like
party indoors.
Yeah.
probably gonna turn drunk or yeah.
So the two of you are both sort of getting hammered indoors. You're starting to, like I said, attract quite a crowd, and everybody is just listening in very intently. Emerald, as you're heading out inside, I imagine it's something you've been doing typically. You know, you're more at home in the nature and the outdoors and all that. So sort of the usual things are going on. The mercenaries are sort of patrolling the city in ones and twos. It's mostly quiet at nights. Obviously, the tavern is not quiet right now, but everywhere else in the city is pretty well. Is there anything that you wish to do, or are you simply looking for more of a place to call it a night at?
I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna like maybe. I don't want to walk around town at night because that's how you get like jumped. And
You
gonna, like,
would
steal
be
my.
fairly welcome at the apiary or around in the orchards. You know, you have a pretty unique link to nature and, you know, the druid because of that. So it's certainly not unreasonable to think you've sort of built up a relationship at this point.
I think I'll just like chill, maybe outside the tavern, just like, you know,
Okay.
because they're like getting crazy in there, and I don't want them to like get killed or something. So I'll just play outside.
But for all the drinking and for the drinking in excess that's going on, nothing bad actually happens. The next morning, I believe you would drink enough that you have some pretty bad hangovers.
I want to roll a fortitude. What's the DC here?
That kind of depends on how much you're drinking. Like, you've told me you're drinking as the drinks are coming. You can go ahead and roll me a fortitude save if you wish.
Of course,
but
it's
I'm
gonna be
easily have like 20 drinks or so.
Okay, then we're rolling for the crit. Okay, let's come on, roll 20. Another crit for today. Let's be
like, you guys get blackout drunk.
I mean, probably pretty off, but I mean,
it's pretty good. But you've definitely seen better mornings.
Yeah, probably.
You're hungover. You're in a bad way. You're not like still drunk or physically sick the way sometimes happens.
Yeah, but I'm a bit. I had a small headache, or.
But you're definitely bleary-eyed. Lordington, would you like to give me a fortitude save, please?
Okay.
Do be drinking hard though.
This is sort of how you're feeling the next day. Which I believe is pretty poor.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of what is it? It's
Fortitude.
Constitution for fortitude. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should
Plus
be
your base save.
should work.
I mean, it's not bad. You aren't waking up in a pool of your own vomit or anything, but your head is just pounding. It's pretty rough.
I give another long, and I in the tavern. Like, are there anybody else here, or is it like what's the time in the morning?
This is fairly early in the morning right now. There are people.
I'm gonna say like I wake up at like a random table, like maybe here, and be like hanging over the table, right? Like half an arm around myself. So wake up.
It would be.
Well, I wouldn't be here in the morning, so.
Yeah, me neither. I'd
pretty
be
sparse. There would be people, having breakfast early in the morning, but other than that, it's fairly empty. But you gotta take a couple minutes to take things up, and they're doing a lot of cleaning. Gil, the tavern owner, who comes up to you, and he's the one who wakes you up. He gives you a kick to the boot or whatever. How you feeling there, son?
Never an issue with a night out drinking, of course. As I try to concentrate my eyes on him a bit.
Sure.
As I properly wake us up.
He can see that you look a little green, but again, you aren't, constantly vomiting or anything like that. And he goes, "Oh, so, any plans for today?"
Well, what's her name again? Mrs. Person with crossbow and
from last night, Leah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember to myself, right? Both in character and out of character, right? Trying to remember, bring back some memories of the night. Be like, what's her name? Was it Ice? No, Maureen? No, it was no, not cheerleader. What was it? I'm trying to count slowly to myself. As I look over him a bit questioningly and be like, the druid, I say.
Huh? Do you want some blueberry muffins?
The one with the green things on them, like leather.
Sorry,
yeah.
That Hana was to my daughter, not to you.
Oh, okay.
Inlier, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. Inlier, yes, that's the name. Her, she was gonna meet us today. I don't know if you were gonna meet her. Do you know where, like the area, those people that were yesterday, residing?
Well, Inler can probably be found at this point of day at the apiary. But, I mean, she's trustworthy. If she told you she'll meet you here, she'll meet you here. Would you like a bucket of water to freshen up a little bit?
Yes, please, thank.
And he brings you a bucket of water that is definitely brackish, to say the least. It is not fresh water by any shape, means, or form.
gonna dunk my head basically in it, and then like force myself properly awake and be like, oh! And I'll be like, thank you.
Little
You
of the hair of the dog that bit you.
Huh?
Little hair of the dog that bit you.
What? A dog? Dog hair?
No, Would you like a drink?
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
Sometimes it helps people, right?
What's it called? What's it called when you like grab a drink like the day after to like feel better?
Like a hangover cure? You're losing me a little bit.
Yeah, like a hangover cure. But there's like a special word in Norwegian, but I don't think England has one for it. So yeah.
That's. What he does is he grabs a beer and he cracks a raw egg into it and he brings it over to you. This will help you out.
Amazing! I haven't tasted this beer since many a days.
Since yesterday night.
Yes, yesterday night.
Free of charge. Thanks for helping out a little bit.
No worries. Thank you as well.
Yeah. But again, just don't cause any trouble.
Me causing trouble? I will never.
Right. Well, you did pretty well last night. I'll give you, but we're still a little wary of you.
I mean, is it the spiked chains? I know they're big, but I mean, like, there's a person behind them. There's a god even behind them. There's no need to worry.
Right. Well, it's just that we heard back from Zur, and it looks like he's gonna wind up losing his eyes. So
losing his what?
His eye.
Ooh. I just tell me more. How so? Can it not be healed?
Healed? I mean, who do you think can just cast healing magic around here? Look, old is not bad for a priest, but he isn't casting any magic anytime soon.
Oh, I look at him and I look astonished. I'm like, oh, he doesn't know. Truly, he's appreciating. No, he's praying to the wrong god. Then, if he's not able to cast his divine god's power,
he sort of shrugs. And I wouldn't really know anything about that. You'd probably have to take it up with him. But that said, maybe you shouldn't take it up with him. I don't think he'd take it too kindly, you telling the high priest of a temple he's worshipping the wrong god.
Give a small chuckle. That's what they all say, but they will come around eventually.
Right. Either way, you can wait around here for your friends or for Inler. She shouldn't be too long if she promised you some coin.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna head over the bar to make some small talk meanwhile.
Yeah.
So I grab my tankard, of course, slowly sip it down with the egg.
That's not a drink you sip with raw egg.
I'm sipping it, okay? You cannot stop me. I roll a fortitude for it.
You try not to vomit the raw egg.
Oh my god, don't crit fail by Allah. Okay, nah, it's easy. I'm a soldier, ain't nothing.
I love me a raw egg in the morning.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you, Nanu, or you, Emerald, would like to do in the morning before you go to the tavern to hopefully get paid?
Nah. I'll arrive to come check on him from the 8 p.m.
Yeah, can I check the map of the town?
Yes.
Okay, man. See how he's doing.
Again,
where do the mercenaries normally stay?
In the tavern's backyard.
They're sort of set up in shanties themselves, just around here. They have their own setup, but it's nothing particularly fancy or anything like that. You can find them without much trouble, though.
In regards to that, Grimcat, when it comes to healing, actually, like with magic, mind you, how is it when it comes to actually, for example, a lost eye? Can you just normally heal it?
Sort of depends. if it were just wounded, yes, you could magically heal it. But if it was already lost, it would probably take something more than just, a base level heal spell.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna go looking for the mercenaries. In particular, Leah or what's his face? The guy who looks like a crusader, Yaheg. No, Yaheg.
What was he? It's like a kobold or something.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Volkvorg.
But particularly Leah, since she was the one that accompanied us and promised payment.
You find them both. They happen to be both together. They're just sort of idly talking. They're cooking some sort of breakfast. It looks like it's significantly better quality than most of the food that you've seen around the town.
That actually reminds me.
Are they like sitting around a campfire or something?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of walk up, and if they don't stop me, I just sit sort of around the campfire as well. And say, I told you I knew a guy.
He sort of gives you a look up and down, and you get the feeling that it's definitely a very appraising look.
A very what?
Appraising look. Like, not only is he looking at you, but he knows what he's seeing. He's taking in your hands, the way you carry yourself, that you carry your weapons. He slowly gives you a nod. He goes, "You did. I gotta admit, I was a bit surprised, but you came out in the end. I may have had you pegged a bit wrong."
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I just want you to know that if you have any trouble, you have a guy who knows a guy. And, of course, there's the matter of payment.
Right, now...
And I look to Leah when I say that.
I spoke with Inler. She knows your kills, and so again, there should be 50 gold waiting the three of you as soon as she gets over here. Which, to be frank, should not be too much longer now. If she promised you money, she's one to uphold her word.
All right, then. I get up, I nod at them, and say, "Well, I hope to see you around soon."
Okay.
And I go towards the tavern to take up my...
So
my
as
pay.
you're going into the tavern, you actually meet Inler outside of the tavern. She happens to be heading in the same way. She sees you. She, greets you and goes, welcome. I've heard of the things that you did. Thank you. I don't really know what else to say, but thank you. This helps tremendously.
Well, it's our pleasure, of course, and the payment helps. I told you the spike chain got come through.
Yes,
I actually get the name wrong in character.
Tamagotchi on your tablet, if you connect to the Tamagotchi app, you can actually create an avatar if you connect to the Tamagotchi.
Oh, cool.
Actually, reminds me.
Give me just a couple minutes. I don't have too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. if I'm able to, I'll probably try to start like not a cult exactly, but like you spread the word of the spike chain guardian in the town of what was the name of the town? Colleen? Poland. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the top. So yeah, she goes, well then, shall we go in and get you lot paid?
All right, let's. I wave her in and go in after her.
I assume you hold the door for her. Very gentle.
Of course. Very charming.
While they enter, I'm gonna speak some more to the innkeep.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Brayley? No. The other one, I guess.
Gil actually owns. And then Braylith is his son.
Oh, okay. Well, I speak to him about, what's his name? Trying to remember. Ceremon Spire. And I say, and I offer my help that I actually know a bit of, about magic healing and the regular, like the knowledge of the human body and, healing in general.
Do you?
No, yes, I do, and I'm willing to offer, As actually, I of a kindred spirit, as I am, I'll be willing to offer, some help to the poor man. And I would like to talk to him, if it's possible.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm sure Zerd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it too. I just want, before we get into things, I want you to know we probably can't pay you a ton or anything. We're.
Don't worry. You can. How about I'm allowed to sleep in this town? On the bench on the side for free. Okay.
Look, if you can heal him up, then yeah, that'd be fantastic. Sorry, I hit the mic there.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, give a nod and down the rest of the mead, or like the egg and beer combo.
By the way, I just remembered we didn't note the XP from the last fight.
Right.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, excuse me, you're
We've
absolutely
been
right.
robbed.
Hold on,
Oh gosh.
Getting robbed.
So-
The DMs are robbing us.
With 6 skeletons and a boar.
Yes.
Damn.
So again, it's sort of like a straight down the middle thing. For the 6 skeletons, you each gain 270 experience points.
270.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which
And
puts it at 400.
for the boar, you each gain 200.
Whoa. Boar is almost as strong as every skeleton combined.
Yes.
Even a beat your forward.
Definitely
Yes.
was.
So 605 experience total, right?
Sounds
Yep,
about
that's on
right, but I didn't do the math.
Okay. I used a calculator, so it should be right. I'm not good at that math, I'm gonna be honest.
Just worked out a calculator. Hold on,
Yep.
I got this.
Hey, I pulled it up on my PC, okay? That's just how it be.
Moving out a smartphone at the bar.
So yes, Inler and Trium walk in together, sort of casually chatting, as you are chatting with Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerald, would you be up and about at this point, probably?
Yeah, I was in the bar. I came in here when Nithrin was eating his raw egg.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was just
Ah,
like,
tasty.
watching him.
So
We were
again,
just like making small talk.
you all sort of get the welcome and the thank you from Inler, and she pays you. She hands to Trium 50 gold coins.
Nice.
And then it's sort of up to him to how you split it, and up to you guys how you split it. But she tells you, for a while, at least, until we thinned out these undead, that's going to be pretty much open. You will have to go with someone from the city just to confirm what you're doing, but the undead infest these lands. You know that. You can pretty much clearly see it. But we'll also keep you in mind as things happen. We'll likely have a few jobs for you. If you're willing to take them, of course.
Outstanding. We're here to help.
Well, that's good. Unless you have anything else for me, I'll probably go now. I obviously am quite busy.
I give like a cough and be like, Trium, aren't you forgetting something we talked about yesterday? And then
Right, the fee. Of course, there was no mention of great boars with tusks like swords, so I think it's only fair that in the event that we find any more surprises, our fee will naturally go up.
not along acknowledgedly. Of course, there's a risk involved, and there's just not the common puny skeletons.
You should have not healed yourself. You could point to the scar.
Yeah, and I point at one of the I point at the biggest skeleton hit me, like the -5 on. Be like, look at this, and I flex a bit of muscles, of course, while doing it.
There wouldn't really be a scar or anything, since
Yeah, you heal.
Oh yeah, heal it. Oh right.
He just like botches this perfectly smooth skin.
Yeah. Just, like I healed it, of course, but it was like this average length and this thickness and this deep.
We could probably work something out, but we're also sort of working with what I can afford, and I hate to say it, but at this point in time, we probably can't afford too much more.
Of course, we'll just have to keep that in mind.
Right.
Just walk away from the boys.
Nope, not that one. We don't get paid for that one.
It'd be a shame if there's a boy this time tomorrow morning.
But she does toss you an extra 5 gold and says, well, that's for the boar right now, but I can't guarantee every time it'll be something like this.
Okay, I can come on it. I give a note.
I grab them, I nod, and I get out of the way too, so that she can...
Alright, and she walks on out. Square by square.
Like pauses between every step.
Pauses, looks back intensely, takes another step.
Actually reminds me, I'm gonna look over at God, I keep forgetting her name. Mr. Barkeep. Where can I find Sarah currently? Is he, anywhere nearby? Is he taken somewhere?
I have no idea what you just said.
The barkeeper stares at you blankly.
Yeah, I don't know what you asked him. I mean, I get you're talking to the barkeep, but
yeah, okay. That's where I can find where I can find Sarah.
Oh, sure. Again, he's probably over at the temple for now, but it won't be open for a little while longer. Ur's kind of a late waker. He's an old man. He doesn't get up too early.
Okay. Yeah. If only he was redeeming the correct god, he will feel as doubtful as 20 years, I promise you.
He sort of cracks a grin.
Okay, well, I head over to, motion to him over.
Alright. He goes, alright, I'll be seeing about some work. If anyone else comes in and needs service, give a shout and I'll be out.
Do we have meals in the house now, or do you still gotta pay?
I just gotta look at the bar.
He would give you a meal on the house.
On the
All
house.
3 of you, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Maybe once.
And it's the finest, slightly off boar you can imagine.
This meat seems very familiar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't be bored after the last night, so I don't know. I head on over to the bar and I say, well, how are we splitting this then?
I think a fair split is in motion.
Fair split, but
fair split is in motion, as per usual.
Gold, unfortunately, in the bag. Everyone can get 18, but there's 1 extra gold. Well, yeah, everyone can get 18, 1 extra gold. So I'm fine giving it to the person who secured the contract.
Well, I'd say that's only fair, indeed.
So humble.
so humble, truly.
The finder's fee, as they call it in the professional contracting world, which I have to say I am quite familiar with.
Yeah, it's very tough, and that's not fine. It's like I get to preach about the great spiked god, of course.
Does the great spiked god have a name yet?
The great spiked god.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there is no how could I put this? It's a very I would say like there's like a very small cloister, like crazy clerics you could say, right? And they just like revered him as the great spite chain god, right? But they never had like an official name of him because they like the cloister was very small because like most of the people there's like normally only one priest there, but like everybody else was like out traveling trying to secure the holy relic of the great spike chain god, right?
Okay.
So this is like when you come of age, like after you grow up in like the cloister, you get like sent out, into the world with like a clue they've recently found, like follow up on this, right? Try to reclaim this the relic of that was lost during the Age of Strife. Of course.
All right, I like it.
Alright. Well, then we split the gold 3 ways, and I take the extra gold coin.
Okay. So I think that's pretty settled. What I think I'm going to do is go ahead and call the session right here. Because, man, that seems like a perfectly natural way to end the session. Great job, guys.
You're welcome. What else can I say? That did like 4 damage.
It's not necessarily about how much damage you do.
You basically you didn't negotiate for it. You just stood there, and you did 4 damage, and you got 18 gold out of it. That's what I call, the dealer of the century.
You dodged a bunch of attacks, though.
I did, and I still forgot to mention that I was dodging every time.
Yeah, and you got laughed at the first thing, which is a bit humiliating.
Could have been much worse, though. I think that was a good session. It went pretty well, guys.
Yeah.
So I think, again, we're going to end here. I've been Grimcad. It's not my name, but it's what I go by. I mean, my parents don't hate me.
Wait, parents didn't name you Grimcad?
I know, right?
Impossible. How are you named not Grimcad Dragonborn?
I'm not Grimcad. That's my name.
And we have been joined by Sir Lordington playing Triome. You can say bye.
Is he a knight?
I was actually named that. Fun fact, there is a historical person who is called Sir Lordington. You look it up in Wikipedia.
I was knighted by Queen Isabel.
Low RP being named after a real person. Ban.
Oh god.
Nanu, who is playing Nithrin.
Great war clerics, Sir Nithran Havenwinds from the land of I've even forgotten my home country right now. But take care, guys.
It was
Bye.
like the collective Arkanoid or something.
Collective.
I need to write that down. Like I actually have a name for the god, but I'm gonna roleplay like I haven't found it out yet. So
Sure.
I say.
Yeah, I like it.
And of course, last but not least, Nikki.
Yeah, thank you. And my amazing wizarding skills.
Yeah. Again, we're gonna probably be playing like every Thursday, bar certain things happening, because certain things happen all the time. We got a couple of people going to be joining us next session. They couldn't make it this session, which is unfortunate, it being session number 1, but life sometimes gets in the way of fun. But again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you had a good time if you were watching, and I hope you have a great day.
I watching?
And peace out. Bye.
See ya.
You.
Goodbye, but we're not actually leaving. We're all just going to sit here still.